Who else is getting used to Victory Monday? I know I am. What is going on, everybody? Another edition of Victory Frickin' Monday with the bad diggity dizzle. What is going on, everybody? How we doing on this fine, rainy Monday in New York? Yankees obviously rained out until tomorrow. So they'll play at 4 o'clock. Of course, yours truly has to work overtime tomorrow. So I won't be getting home till 6. I'll listen to it on the radio, but obviously not the same thing. That absolutely sucks. Figured I could freaking watch it tonight and, finish up this stream. Hopefully the game is over. The Yankees would have won and we could finish up with a double victory Monday. But obviously that's not going to happen this evening. However, the New York Giants are 5-1 and it's feeling good. Who do we got in here? Amazing guy, Big Daddy. Sly Cooper, Lizzie Loves, Lovely Donovan Bailey, Afghanistan, Thomas Price, Ian Rothero, Broken Glass, Scotty Anthony DeSantis, Chris Kovacs, Manuel Mahika, Persian Fear. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. He says, W Monday. Thank you very much. It is another victory Monday. Yes, indeed it is. Chris Bass, how can I be the man who needs a man? Perez Productions, Yankee Kyle, New York Dude, Yankee Mojo, Uso 684, Lord Commander Manning, Jacob Kelly, Bobby Nardone, Brian Dayball, coaches in the house. Thank you for being here. Gwendolyn Hill, what's going on? Carlos Almeida, Samuel Weber, Jeremy, Kevin Underwood, John Williams, Joe Arias, Dante Reeves. Bring on Philly. We don't get them till December, but that should be pretty fun. The Big Moo. K.N. Connor, Marte, Fabian, B. Skrills in the house, Griminator, Jacob Frederick, Notorious H.A.N. Donovan Paola, Jedi Falcon, Pipin' Lover, Joshua Cohn, Alex Rinaldi, New York Giants 26. Thank you for the super chat. Supporting the channel tonight. Appreciate it. Brilly, it says, what up, Baddog? Killed a 2-hour gym sesh. Get surgery in a week for my ACL. Feeling good. Victory Monday. Our 5th year is crazy. I'm bleeding blue. Well, hopefully your surgery goes well. I also killed the gym workout today. Today was back. Back is always one of my favorite workouts because it is a quicker workout. My back is probably the best part of my physique. So it's the one part that's like, all right, let's get this done. It's not a killer. I mean, no workout I do is easy because they're not supposed to be easy. But if there is like an easiest muscle group or like one that isn't like I'm dropping dead when I'm done with it, it's back. That's why we do it on Monday. Legs, forget it. I'm ready to vomit by the end of a leg day. Same thing on arm day. Arm day is a lot of work. But yeah, the gym is good stuff. Nova Nabella, what's going on? Appreciate you all being here. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring that bell. Let's go. Yankee Mojo, Honeypot, what is up, everybody? You know what's great, man? The Giants are 5-1 now. Everywhere I go, everybody wants to talk about the Giants. Everybody's, hey, how about them Giants? Hey, Giants, baby, Giants, baby. The fan base is happy. Deserve to be happy. Fan base is electric, talking about it, loving it. It's awesome. Dominic, thank you for being a member for 15 months. Appreciate it. He says, Victory Monday, and it feels so good. You're the GOAT. But how can I be the GOAT when you're the GOAT? Vinda Edwards, what's going on? Big Blue is back. You damn right. Space Pirate, thank you for being here, guys and girls. My friend Johnny Laterno, thank you for supporting the channel tonight. I appreciate it. Brilly. He says, Stella, Baddog, how sweet is it that our teams won? Cowboys are sore losers. Y'all ahead of them. I want the Yankees in the World Series. Me and Little Bad Dog 6-0. Yeah, Little Bad Dog is 5-1. He is a Giants fan. Trust me when I tell you, my son is a Giants fan. But I haven't said anything derogatory about the Eagles the entire year. You are my pick to win this division. You guys are a good team. I am a staunch Eagle hater. I absolutely cannot stand the Philadelphia Eagles. I hate them with every fiber of my being. However, if you're going to be completely honest, they are the best team in the NFL. They're right up, maybe the Bills, but the Eagles are the best team in the NFC, in my opinion. I don't think there's a better team. I do think that the Giants can play with the Eagles, and I do think that the Giants can beat the Eagles. That is correct. And I can't wait until we play Philadelphia in December, but I keep saying to myself, I just want that game 17 to mean the division. I think that would be so much fun. It would probably take 5 years off of my life. What the hell? I would love it to come down to the Giants in Philadelphia that last week. We owe you guys. We owe you guys. We do. We owe you. So let's see how this plays out. But obviously, the Giants don't have an NFC East game until Thanksgiving, and then we play a bunch of them in a row. I think that's what happened to Washington last year. I think they played all their division games at the end of the year. Going to be talking to my brother-in-law on Saturday. I want to try to get to that Texans game, man. I know Chris is going to be there. I want to meet a lot of you guys and girls. I want to hook up with Chris again. Obviously, I had a good time last time, and this time, man, we're a good team, so it would be fun to be able to get to the Giants game. So hopefully, I can get there. I mean, I want to get back to a freaking Giants game. I'm kind of a snob when I go, not that I think I'm better than I just want really good seats, but this time I don't even care. It's not even about the seats. It's not even about that. It's about hanging out with you guys and girls. So I don't need the priciest seats. So, and I had to pay for a car axle, so I wouldn't be able to afford them anyway. Blake, thank you for supporting the channel tonight, man. Appreciate this. First time in a long time I root for the best team in my group chat. Got clowned on for the last couple of years by some Browns fans. That's rough. That's rough. But the Giants are back. Yes, we are. We are indeed. Toba, thank you for being a member for 2 months, brother. Appreciate it. Says Baddog, I benched a plate for the first time at the gym today. Thanks for motivating me. Let's the G-men keep rolling. Let's go, Toba. It's all about personal records, my friend. Keep striving because, eventually you're going to have a plate and then like a 10 on each side, a plate and a quarter on each side. Before you know it, you're doing 2 plates. It takes time, but with a lot of work and perseverance, you can have 2 plates in there. Maybe 3. I've never been a good bench press guy. The most I did was 335 for 1 rep, and that's when I weighed like 235. I'll never be able to push that weight again. Never. I think the most I could bench press. Now, I mean, back then I remember I benched 225 16 times because it was less than my body weight. Like I'd be lucky if I could press. I'd be lucky if I could push 225 once now, honestly. Jacob, thank you, my friend. Appreciate you supporting the channel tonight. He says, let's keep the W's coming. Who cares about stats? Danny's been very efficient. That's a fact. That's a fact. The only stat that matters, guys and girls, is the W's. People can tell you that it's smoke and mirrors. People can tell you we're lucky. People can say it's going to run out. People can tell you whatever. The stats are going to catch up to the Giants. Blah, 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 blah. We just keep winning games. And the NFL, they don't respect us, guys. No, they don't. No, they don't. No. Who's favored in this game? The Jaguars are 2-4. They're a 3-point favorite. We are 5-1. They are 2-4. And the Jaguars are favored in this game by field goal. If I want Vegas and everybody to keep picking against the Giants, because I know not that these players need added motivation, but you can't tell me they don't notice this. And they don't sit there and go, okay, we'll prove you wrong again. Okay, we'll prove you wrong again. Okay, we'll prove you wrong again. I hope they keep picking against us. I hope they keep disrespecting us. I hope the Giants keep shoving it down their throat. That's what I hope. Yeah, Nestor probably will start tomorrow. It just sucks. I got to work overtime. I'm not going to get home till 6 o'clock. It's freaking blows. Johnny, thank you again for supporting the channel, brother. Appreciate it. Hurts is playing the way you always described. Well, I'll say this. I think Hurts has played better this year. But again, I mean, people are like, Daniel Jones is only throwing this many touchdowns. Hurts is only throwing 1 more touchdown than Daniel Jones. But you know what, Johnny? This is the thing, right? Is Daniel Jones the best quarterback in the league? No. Is Jalen Hurts the best quarterback in the league? No. But what I say about both of those guys, they've certainly improved a lot more than I thought that they would. Whether that's throwing the ball, running the ball, whatever, I feel like both of their pocket awarenesses are better, especially Daniel Jones. I think Hurts has made better throws this year. But Hurts is 6-0 and Daniel Jones is 5-1, right? That's really all that matters. And Jalen Hurts is very dangerous with his legs. I do think that he can be had if you can blitz him. I think that he can I think he could turn the ball over, but there's no doubt he's played way better this year. I don't think anybody can question that. You're not 6-0 when your quarterback's bad. You can't be a 6-0 team with a bad quarterback. So he's played a lot better. He's definitely improved. He's better than I thought he would be this year for sure. Abe Froman. Thank you for the super chat. It says, you and Toney had the greatest reaction yesterday. It literally had me in tears. I still think this season is a dream. I cannot believe this is happening. Wake up, Abe. It's real, my friend. It is real. I don't remember what reaction we had. We always have a lot of reactions. Why that's so much fun, man. Like I said, Chris and I love doing those games. We loved doing them when we sucked. Obviously, when we're winning, it's a lot more fun doing them. We love watching the game with 3,000 to 4,000 of our closest friends every weekend. It's freaking awesome. It's so fun, man. It's really good. And it's fun. I have the NFC. So I'm busy this week, man. I got the Lakers start tomorrow night. So LakerDog starts tomorrow. The Warriors and the Lakers. What a start. That game actually counts. Wednesday night, roundtable, NFC East roundtable. Guess who quits to talk shit? I do. I get to talk this time. Hopefully the Giants can continue to allow us to talk. But at the same time, I'm not cocky about it. I think we're a good team. I think we're better than people give us credit for. I think we're fighters. I think we're gritty. I think we're tough. I think that's our identity. We're a lot like the 1990 Giants, which is my favorite all-time team, a team that had more talent than this one on paper. I mean, they had Hall of Famers there, but they were getting older, and they didn't have the talent of the 49ers. They didn't have the talent of the Bills, and they were able to beat both of those teams. And everybody left the Giants for dead once Phil Simms went down, So they never won pretty in 1990. They did it with running and defense. They were not a high-flying offense at all. Phil Simms threw 15 touchdowns in 13 games. So, I mean, it's not like we were chucking the ball over the field. We're not chucking the ball over the field now. They asked Daniel Jones to do a certain thing within the game plan. He's doing it. He's executing the game plan. That's how you win games. Execution wins out over talent. You can have the most talented squad imaginable on paper, but if you're not executing on the field, you're not winning. Just ask the Dream Team Eagles. You can have a lot of talent. When that talent executes, that's when you win Super Bowls. But you can have a ton of talent. You can have a lot of big names on your team, but if they don't work together as a team, if they're out there playing as a bunch of individuals and playing for themselves, you're going to lose. Saquon Barkley proved that he's an unselfish player and that these guys play for one another. He's not about the statistics. Saquon Barkley cost himself a touchdown. So at the end of the year, Saquon Barkley ended up with 9 touchdowns. People go, he didn't even have 10 touchdowns rushing because he gave one up. Daniel Jones fumbled at the end of the half trying to throw a Hail Mary and lost the ball. It counts as a turnover against him. So somebody's going to look at that and go, look at the fumbles he had. Didn't matter. That fumble was because he was trying to throw a Hail Mary. His second interception was because he was trying to win the game going 70 yards without a freaking timeout, and his receiver fell down. The 1990 Giants also didn't turn the ball over. This team really doesn't turn the ball over either. So it was about execution for that team. I'm not saying this is the 1990 Giants. I don't expect this team to win a Super Bowl. But I do think that this team can play with anybody that they're put up against. And I think the next 4 games are 4 games that we should win. That doesn't mean we will. We still have to do what we've been doing. We have to execute. We have to win these games. We have to go out and play New York Giants football, win that turnover battle, play smart football, persevere, win one game at a time. I saw somebody in the chat. I don't know if it was Big Moo before the chat started. It might have been an amazing guy. I don't remember. Someone said I want 9-1, but at 1 week at a time. 9-1 is possible, but we have to get to 6-1 first. And I think that the Giants can do that. Sonny, thank you for supporting the channel tonight, brother. Appreciate it. He says, what up, Baddog? I'm so pumped, man. You and Chris should do a play-by-play live from MetLife. Well, the thing is, I don't think you're allowed. I don't know. Well, I think we could do it, but it's really hard. It's really hard to see when you're at the game. Like, it's a lot more difficult to see it when you're actually there because you don't have the best angles. Like if I'm at the 20-yard line and they're all the way on the other side of the field, like I wouldn't be able to see it. It's difficult to see it, but If I go, I mean, I'll definitely go live from the parking lot. I did that when I was there last time. I might go live from the stadium for a little bit, but we would definitely be live, I'm sure. When I went back to the hotel, because I always stay the night there. I go down on Saturday to spend the night, be live from the hotel room. I did that last time. So it would be fun. But I'm sure we would do something like from the parking lot. Abe, thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. We are the team you can't let hang around. That's right. That's right. But we do. Hanging around. They're hanging around. The kids got alligator blood. That's the Giants. Can't get rid of us. Every time you think you got the Giants beat, they say, we ain't having that. We ain't having it. Game ain't over. We ain't having it. So it's been a very fun first third of the season. The irony of this, 1976. Yours truly was born. Yeah, I'm old. I was born in 76. The New York Giants were 0-9 to start the 76 season. That is how bad they were in 1976. I don't know if the Giants have ever started 0-9 in any other season in their entire franchise history. They finished 3-11 that year. They were terrible. They were terrible in 77, terrible in 78, terrible in 79, terrible in 80. 1981, I was 5 years old. They went to the playoffs. Then they weren't good in 82 and 83. Then they went to the playoffs in 84 and 85 and won a Super Bowl when I was 10 and 86. My son, little Baddog, born in 2017. The first Giants team in the history of the franchise to lose 13 games. Horrible team, 2017. Horrible 2018. Horrible 2019. Horrible last year. Little Baddog's 5 years old. Giants going to the playoffs this year. Now, I would like the Giants to win a Super Bowl before 2027, but if all things go the way they're supposed to go, we'll win a Super Bowl in 2027 and 2031 because history repeats itself. I just find it ironic that the Giants were terrible for the first 4 years of my life, and the fifth year they made the playoffs. Terrible for the first 4 years of my son's life. He's 5 years old. They can make the playoffs this year. They should make the playoffs this year. Should make it. They're going to make it. Johnny, thank you again for supporting the channel, brother. Appreciate it. Says Baddog, real fans like us and Giants fans are not delusional Eagle fans. Respect the Giants more than the Cowboys. Eagles laid the blueprint for Micah. Eagles whooped their ass last night. At least it was a game. Like I did the Yankee game last night, and I saw it was, I think, 17-0, 20-0, whatever it was. Cowboys made it close when I went upstairs, so at least they made it interesting for a little bit, but the Eagles are better than Dallas. The Eagles are good. They're good. If you're going to stop the Eagles, you got it. You have to blitz Jalen Hurts. So that, to me, and that's what Wink Martindale does. And the Giants are a bend but don't break type of defense, but I think if you're going to stop Philadelphia, you have to blitz Hurts and you have to get there. Now, the Eagles have a really good offensive line, so it's tough. I mean, it's easier said than done, but if you can get pressure on Jalen Hurts, that's how you're going to beat Philadelphia. Philadelphia's defense is good. They're a good team. I don't know what else to say, man. There's a reason they're 6-0. They're the only undefeated team in the league. So, Independent Outsider, thank you for supporting the channel, and I appreciate it. Ecstatic for streamers that have been covering trash fire games for years. Player perseverance, same for streamers, second half fighters. Go Bellinger. I love Daniel Bellinger. And I can tell you, Independent Outsider is a guy that has streamed the Giants for 5 years now and have been on YouTube since 2014, where we've had one good year. It feels damn good. That's why every time Chris and I would do that show, and I don't even know what episode we're on, we're probably closing in on 200. I don't know where we are. I always would say, just wait till we're good, man. I love the show. Just wait till we're good. Well, we're good now. We need to have fun, man. We need to have fun. We need to enjoy it. We're enjoying it, and we should enjoy it. Don't let these idiots, don't let these trolls, don't let these jealous morons tell you, oh, the Giants suck. No, they don't. 5-1 teams don't suck. You might get lucky one game. Tennessee, we caught a break that the guy missed a field goal. Okay. But you don't get lucky 5, and you're not lucky 5 out of 6 games. Come on, man. Dashy, thank you for supporting the channel tonight. Congrats on your Rangers beating my Ducks tonight. yes. Mika Zibanejad had a couple of goals. Panarin had a big game. Both of those guys had 4 points. My guy, Alexi Lafreniere, had a goal tonight. So, Rangers off to a 3-1 start. Looking good. Rangers are shooting the hell out of the puck this year. Something the coach told them to do, man. Shoot the puck. Shoot the puck. Rangers are shooting the puck. 3-1. But thank you, Dash. You appreciate it. Well, the Ducks are young, and they didn't quit. They didn't quit. No, we won that game 6-4. They did not give up. The Big Moo. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. Appreciate it. Big Moo. DJ has had 7 fourth quarter winning drives. 4 this year, 3 in the last 3 years. Yeah, he leads the league in comebacks. And that's something that we haven't had as Giants fans, Big Moo. The first few years here when we would get behind, never thought Daniel Jones could do it. Now we get behind. I know there's some panic in the chat. I see panic in the chat. Chris and I don't panic anymore. We might say, it's going to be tough, or man, this doesn't look good right now. But we don't sit there and go, this game's over. They ain't quitting on the team. They don't quit on themselves. It was different when Joe Judge or Pat Shermer were the head coach, or Ben McAdoo, even a team quit. This team doesn't quit. This team never quits. I said it in the video today, man. Or did I say it in the video last night? I think I saw it in the video today that I did. It's like that scene in Rocky 2 when Apollo's corner man. When Apollo asks him, he says, what are you so scared of about fighting Rocky? Because the guy's like, he's all wrong for us, baby. And Apollo's like, what are you scared of? And the guy says, you really want to know? Apollo's like, yeah. And he goes, I saw you beat that man like I saw no man get beat before. And the man kept coming after you. We don't need that kind of man in our life. That is the New York Giants. You can beat up on them, beat them. Looks like you're killing them. They keep coming after you. And I was so happy for Kayvon Thibodeau, man. First sack, the biggest sack, the most opportune time, strip sack, fumble, closer. So happy for him. First of many sacks. Thibodeau is getting better and better and better every week. He gets held in almost every play, mind you. But man, he is looking awesome for sure. I love seeing it, man. I'm happy for him. But just wait till we get Azeez Ojulari back. Wait till we get Azeez Ojulari back to go with Thibodeau, Big Cat, Sexy Dexy. Sexy Dexy's played like an all-pro this year. He's been the best player on our defense by a lot. Guy's playing unbelievable. Glad we have him for another year. They might want to extend him after this year, to be honest. Anthony, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you supporting the channel, my Italian friend. Paisano, grazie. Says, Coach Daboll's Coach of the Year. We are good. Right now, like I said, it's between him and Robert Saleh for the Jets. The Jets are 4-2. Who would have thought through 6 games in a season, the Giants and Jets would be a combined 9-3? If you were going to bet on that, you would have bet them to be 3-9 together. They're 9-3. And I don't hate the Jets. So I'm happy that MetLife football is back. I'm happy for the Jets fans because the Jets fans are longer suffering than the Giants fans. Now, if it came down to it, I'd want to smack the Jets in the mouth if we had to play them. But I'm happy for the Jets. Both of us beat the hell out of Green Bay. So big ups. Jets defense was great against Green Bay. Abe, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Born in 81, the second son. My second son born this year. There you go. It's all about the numbers, Abe. History repeats itself, my friend. History repeats itself. So we're good. We're going to the playoffs. Abe and I have decided we're going to the playoffs. I'm sure a lot of other Giants fans have too. If we go 5-6 in the last 11 games, we're 10-7. We're in the postseason. we better be able to go at least 5-6 with the stretch of games that we have. I don't think that 7-4 is out of the realm of possibility. And if they go 7-4, they finish 12-5. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. 7-4, I think, is very possible for the next 11 games. Sonny, thank you for supporting the channel, brother. Appreciate you. He says, these next 4 games low-key scare me. It's easy to get high a horse and lose focus against teams that on paper we should beat. I think another coaching regime, I think that happens. And I think Vegas right now is banking on a trap game. And a lot of other people are too, Sonny. That's why the Jags are a 3-point favorite. I don't think this coaching staff will allow it. I really don't. And the fact that the Giants continue to be disrespected and the fact that the Giants continue to be underdogs, I think it drives them to say, we're going to show you. We're going to show you. Because nobody gives them any respect. So it's not like they're getting hyped up. Like Dallas is a team that'll believe their own hype. Like Dallas was 4-1. And I'm not taking anything away from Dallas. Dallas beat us. Okay. Dallas did us dirty. Right? They beat us down. But I think Dallas believed their own hype going into that Eagle game. Like, oh, Cooper Rush is 4-0, or Philadelphia ain't played anybody. Blah, 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 blah. And Philadelphia went in there and punched him in the jaw. Or Dallas went into Philadelphia and they got punched in the jaw. Because I think the media started to blow Dallas up. And those are the teams that get blown up. The Giants, on the other hand, the media just wants to keep crushing them. So I understand what you're saying. And there is no easy game for us. I mean, we're still the Giants. We're not blowing people out of the water. We play very hotly, tough, contested games, close games. But I think that type of thing builds character. And I think at the end of the day, that's coaching. Coaching wins these close games. And I'll put Brian Daboll against any of the next 4 coaches that we're going against. I like Dan Campbell. I think he's a good coach in Detroit. But I think we can beat him. You know, I don't think Seattle has a horses to beat the Giants. Doug Peterson, he is what he is. But I think Brian Daboll can outcoach Doug Peterson. So, but we'll see. I mean, I understand. Again, all the games still scare me. But I think that we're going to take care of business. I really do. Johnny, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you again supporting the channel, my friend. He says, Danny Dimes, comeback player of the year. Bradbury is the man. No, comeback player of the year would be Saquon, I think, as it would stand right now. He leads the league in yards from scrimmage. He's definitely been our best offensive player. And obviously he dealt with a lot of injuries. So I definitely think that Saquon would be the comeback player of the year. If they did that now, I think that it would be Saquon Barkley, for sure. Luke Thompson, thank you for supporting the channel, brother. Appreciate you. Really. He says, I feel like Daniel Jones is growing on me, and he can only get better from here on. We beat some good teams. This proves good coaching matters. I agree. I don't think there's any question how good the coaching is here. And I believe that this is why we win these games. These players don't give up. I've said this a million times, and I'll say it a million more. And it doesn't matter what team, what sport it is. The team embodies the personality of its head coach. And if you have a lazy slug of a head coach, you're going to have a lazy slug of a team. If you have a coach with 0 personality, you're going to have a team with 0 personality. But you get a coach that's a fighter. You get an old school, guy in there that's, like I said, a fighter, a scrapper, a guy that can relate to you. You can do a lot better. You want to play for that guy. That's what Brian Daboll is. Brian Daboll is confident in his abilities, but he's not cocky. I think Joe Judge was cocky. I think Joe Judge was confident, but I think Joe Judge got a little arrogant. I don't think that happens with Daboll. So I think sometimes with Joe Judge, I think the Giants just kind of got a little, maybe they thought they were better than they were, and they ended up getting beat down. I think after that 6-10 season, I fell for it. I thought they'd be really good in 2021, and they weren't. So I just think that he's done such an amazing job with this team and gotten the most out of it, which is what you want your coach to do. Build a game plan around the strengths of your players, and then it's up to the players to execute. These guys have done a really good job with that. There's no question about it. Johnny, my friend, thank you again for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. He says, Baddog, how dare you using Rocky references? That is Philadelphia through and through. So stop. That's the reason there are two Miracle at the Meadowlands. You do know Sylvester Stallone is a New Yorker, right? You do know Sylvester Stallone is from New York. He's not a Philadelphia guy. The movie takes place in Philadelphia, but he's a New Yorker. Sly's a New Yorker. But it does apply with this Giants team, Johnny, because we have been down. We are down big against Tennessee. We are down against Carolina. We were down against Green Bay. Big. We were down 17-3 to Green Bay. Down against Baltimore. Come back and win. Doesn't matter. Come from behind in all these victories because teams don't put us away. The Giants are like Rocky. They take your best punch and they get up and they keep fighting and they wear their opponent down with heart and toughness. That's what Rocky did. It's got nothing to do with the story taking place in Philadelphia. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Do I think that the Cowboys are better than the Eagles with Dak? No. I think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC. Even with Dak, I don't think the Cowboys are better than Philadelphia. I don't. Now, I will say this, though. I did say, somebody asked me, I had a few people ask who I thought was going to win, and I said it would depend on where the game is played. I said the home team's going to win. So I definitely think when Philly goes to Dallas, I think they're going to split. I do. It doesn't mean that I think Dallas is better than Philadelphia, but I did think that they would split. But I also thought that we would split with Philadelphia. So we'll see if that happens. So it was good, man. It was definitely good. Yeah, this is a fact. Joe Judge and Adam Gase, they absolutely sucked. They absolutely sucked. Alien says you just crushed her soul. But it's true. That's the way the Giants play, man. You know, that's the way they play. They don't quit. Big Moose says like and subscribe. It's a great idea. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Ring that bell. Let's go. Let's get 200 likes. And here we got 179. Hit that thumbs up. Hey, why don't we pay some bills right now? Because, you know, the games are over now. Basketball starts up tomorrow. If you just like to bet, you want to make the games interesting. Football, obviously, is Thursday. You always have tons of college football and pro football on the weekend. We'll go to mybookie.ag. Why not, man? Go to mybookie.ag. If you guys are really good at picking games, you're sitting there picking games every week. You're like, man, I could be winning some money. Go to mybookie.ag. You sign up for mybookie.ag. Use the promo code Baddog, which is BADDOG. Just use that promo code, and I should be showing this. They will double your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. So if you put $500 in that account using the promo code Baddog, they're going to give you $1,000 to play with. If you put $100 in there, they're going to give you $200 to play with. $200 in there, they're going to give you $400 to play with, so on and so forth. You do the math, but it's free money. What's better than free money? Nothing. That's why you have to go to mybookie.ag and use the promo code Baddog. Double your first deposit. Cannot lose that way. And win some damn money while you're at it. And hey, I say it all the time, and this is everywhere now. I get people linking me in their stories on Instagram. Getting DM'd on Twitter. They're addicted to Knicks ice cream. That's right. It's the best ice cream out there, guys. I'm not lying to you. It's the best Better For You ice cream. A pint of ice cream is like 900 calories normally. Look at this. $2.70 for a pint. $2.70. Even the highest ones. This is a triple chocolate. 320 calories for an entire pint. Not to mention there's a ton of fiber in this. There's more protein. It's just way better than a Haagen-Dazs or a Breyers. Way better. I swear by this. I eat a pint of this every night. And I'm telling you, man, people have bought it. People love it. And me, you don't get like this by eating bad food. But I eat a pint of Knicks ice cream every night and can still bring that out. Get yourself some Knicks ice cream, damn it. Watch the games of Knicks ice cream. Everybody loves ice cream. If you don't like ice cream, there's something wrong with you. Unless you're lactose intolerant, then you got a problem. I can't do nothing about that. But if you're not, get you some Knicks ice cream. Samuel, thank you for supporting the channel, man. I appreciate it. He says, I still have nightmares The 2014 game at Jacksonville, but this team is that was the Blake Bortles game where he had like 70 yards rushing and JPP kept crashing down in that RPO and getting beat because he over pursued. We were up 21-0 at halftime in that game. Both of our teams are terrible, by the way. But I think the Jaguars were 1-11 or something, 1-10 when we lost that game. We have not beaten Jacksonville in a long, long time. So we owe them too. Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. Wink's going to have to dial up some pressure. Old friend Evan Ingram, we can count on him to drop passes. You know Evan Ingram's going to want to ball out against us, right? You know Evan Ingram's going to want to ball out against the Giants. You know he does. Don't worry. He'll tip one up in the air and Xavier McKinney will pick it off. That's my hot take. Xavier McKinney is going to get an interception off of an Evan Ingram drop pass. Speaking of a dude with a freaking ridiculous physique, I'm sure Tuto eats Knicks ice cream. Grazie, paisana. Grazie. My friend Tuto, always good to see you, my friend. Yeah, salute. He says, massive salute to Baddog Nation, all diehard fans in the chat. Please slap the Boyd's losers out of the dough fast and F all the Jags. I hope we do F the Jags up. We got to do it, baby. Got to do it. Got to do it. Let's beat them. Let's beat their ass. 6-1. Let's make it happen. Michael Sachs, thank you for the super chat. Does this D-line remind you of Strahan? No, it doesn't really remind me of Strahan and Tuck for the simple fact that those guys were sack machines. We really don't have that yet. But I'm hoping that we get there. I mean, Strahan was a Hall of Famer. I mean, technically, statistically, he's the all-time Giant sack leader. He is really not, because sacks didn't become an official stat until 1982. Lawrence Taylor actually had 9.5 sacks his rookie year, which would give him a total of 142 in his career, because statistically he had 132.5. Give him the 9.5, he has 142. Strahan has 141.5, but I digress. It doesn't matter. Strahan's one of the best defensive ends in the history of football, so I don't want to go there quite yet, but I do love the combination of Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams. And I'm hoping, Michael, that Kayvon Thibodeau and Azeez Ojulari can be close to what Strahan and Tuck were. If we can get close to those guys, we're going to be a damn good team for a long time. So that's something to strive for. I definitely don't think they're there yet. They're a young team, but it's definitely something to aspire to be. I think that they can be really good in time, especially with this coaching staff. The Big Moo. Thank you for supporting the channel once again, my friend. Moo. Something wrong? How can we be getting points Sunday? Because we don't get any respect, man. They don't respect the Giants. We don't get any respect. We're Rodney Dangerfield of football, man. They get no respect. Everybody keeps waiting for the Giants to falter. Every week, they're waiting for them to fall. Every week, going to keep picking against them. Going to keep picking against them. This week, they're going to lose. This week, they're going to fall apart. This week, it ain't happening. I would love us to beat Jacksonville by 2 touchdowns. I would love to have a game where it's not going down to the nitty-gritty. It'd be nice. It'd be nice for a change, for us to just take control and hold control. That game will be on this channel this week, and I'm looking forward to it for sure. Dominic, thank you for supporting the channel, brother, and supporting the sponsor. Just got my first Knicks ice cream chocolate chip cookie. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good. Of course, I've never had a bad Knicks flavor. That's a good one. That is a good one. I know people have asked me. Butter pecan is my second favorite ice cream behind chocolate chip anyway. So I don't count butter pecan Knicks. My favorite, because that would obviously be my favorite flavor. But besides butter pecan, if you guys want to try Knicks ice cream, man, get the campfire s'mores. That is so good. That's my favorite. That and the Swedish munchies are really good too. As is the Rocky Road, as is the peanut butter caramel, as is the coffee caramel, as is the Rocky Road. I can empty this garbage can. As is the triple chocolate. What else do I have in here? I think this is butter pecan. As is the butter pecan. I'm telling you, man, you can't get a bad flavor of this stuff. Even they have an ice cream called chili mango. I thought this was just meant like cold. And I'm not a big, I don't really like fruity ice cream outside of strawberry. This actually had chili powder in it in mango, and I actually liked it. The other thing Nick's has, and you can't really see it on here, are these ice cream sandwiches that are made with cookies. Like instead of like a normal, like whatever they use on an ice cream sandwich, they use a cookie and they put the ice cream in the middle of a freaking cookie. I'm just telling you, man, the ice cream is no joke. I'm addicted to the crap. It's not crap. It's really good. I'm addicted to it. I'm addicted. I can't wait. Every time I get to the like my burnout at the gym at the end of my workout, and I'm doing my abs, all I keep thinking to myself is I can't wait to get home and eat my dinner, which is usually 20 ounces of ground turkey, or it's 24 ounces of chicken, or it's a cup and a half of egg whites and 12 ounces of ham, whatever it is. It's usually something along those lines. And then right after I'm done with that, I eat my pint of Nick's ice cream. I can never wait to get home and sit down and eat. And that's my dessert. It's amazing. Sonny, you're the man. Thank you for supporting the channel once again. Appreciate it. He says, the only thing I don't like from all this is certain fans, YouTubers who are overly optimistic about this team are telling fans who are cautious they can't enjoy this ride. I hate it. Well, that's the thing. You don't listen to them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. It doesn't matter. Every fan is allowed to enjoy the ride. If you've supported this team through the dark times, through the last 5 years, you have every right to support the team. Because you went in cautious with the same players and a different coaching staff of a team that won 22 games over the last 5 years, you can do whatever you like. Because these same people, Sonny, were picking the Giants to win 12, 13 games every freaking year. When we were 4-13, they were saying we were going to the playoffs. So just remember that. Everybody's wrong now and again. So it is what it is. I will never tell anybody how to be a fan. The only fans I don't like are the ones that root against the players just so they could say they were right. That I don't like. I don't like that. Like the people that are sitting there just praying Daniel Jones absolutely sucks. So they go, I told you. Me, I don't care. He sucks, he's good. Or, he sucks, he's good. He sucks, he's good. If he sucks, he sucks. I tell you he sucks. If he's good, he's good. I tell you he's good. I always love the people like, you can't change your mind. Those are the other ones, Sonny. Oh, you can't change your mind now. Yeah, right. Can you imagine going through life? You couldn't change your mind? So the first girl you ever date in your life, you're with her for a year, she cheats on you with your best friend. But, hold on a minute. You can't change your mind about her because you loved her. So you have to be with her for the rest of your life because you're not allowed to change your mind. How about you start a job and you think it's going to be good and you've been there for 8 months and it absolutely sucks. Wait a minute. You can't change your mind about that job. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. It doesn't matter if you can get a better job. You already committed to one job. You can't change your mind. Give me a break. SB, thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate you. He said, should win the next 4, but don't take them. That's exactly it. We can't take any of them lightly, one game at a time. And I think that's what this coaching staff, I don't think this coaching staff will let the Giants get ahead of themselves. I think that's what this coaching staff does really well. I don't think they'll let the Giants look ahead to anybody. I think they focus on the task at hand. They get it done and they move on to the next team. And I don't think that they're going to allow them to start getting ahead of themselves and look at the next 4 games going, we should be 9-1. I think they look at the game against Sunday against Jacksonville. I think they look at that they're a 3-point dog. I think they say, are you freaking kidding me? We'll show these sons of bitches again that we're Big Blue. We're going to go out there and we're going to win. So I think it'll be okay. but one game at a time. The next 4 games are very winnable. They're very winnable. If we can beat Tennessee, Green Bay, and Baltimore, then we definitely should be able to beat Houston, Detroit, Seattle, and Jacksonville. Doesn't mean we will, because a lot of people would say, well, the Titans, the Packers, and the Ravens should have beat the Giants, and they didn't. So that's why they play the games, as Chris Berman said. KN, thank you for supporting the channel, brother. Appreciate you very much. He says, I'm convinced Daybowls could get the chat, Baddog, and the entertainment in the playoffs. Deserves ownership, no kidding. No more dark cloud. That's right. The dark clouds are lifted. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. If I ever run into Coach Daboll, I'm buying him an ice cold beer. Whatever the hell he wants. I tell the bartender, see that guy over there? See that bald guy over there? Yeah, whatever he's drinking, put it on my tab. Brian Daboll has worked wonders for this team. And the fan base deserves it, man. This fan base has been through a lot of crap. And we deserve to be happy. And right now we are happy. So that's why I'm saying to I think it was Sonny. Don't let them take your joy from you, man. You can enjoy it however you want. You know. It's not their place to tell you. It's not their place to tell you you can't be happy. You know. Chris, thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate you. Saquon going down for a first down at the end of the game instead of scoring a touchdown in the contract year says all you need to know about him. Extend this man past 2023. That's why I put it on Twitter, Chris. Very unselfish, smart play. That is putting the team ahead of yourself. That's why I know this team plays for one another. They play for their coach. They're not worried about their personal statistics. They're worried about winning games. And that's where the Giants messed up years previous. They played for themselves. They played for contracts. Like Kenny Golladay played for a contract. You don't play for us. But, you know, when you play as a team and you're selfless and you play for one another, you're going to have good results. That's why I said winning builds culture. He could have scored a touchdown. We still would have won the game. But Baltimore would have had a slight chance. He takes that first down. Game over. No chance. Smart, unselfish football play. My man, LB. LB. I love LB. I'll be with LB on Wednesday night. We do this round table. LB, this is great. I don't got to be quiet this time. My Giants are actually good for a change. Appreciate you supporting the channel. And I love LB because I was on his live stream last night when he was leaving the game. And I always respect a really good trash talker. And Lord Brunson was laying into them Cowboys fans. Listen, I got no love lost for the Eagles, but I got no problem with somebody laying into the Cowboys. And I loved every minute of it. He says, congrats, you guys are better than Dallas. I can't say that though, man. They beat us. So I can't say we're better than them, but I think we got something for them on Thanksgiving, LB. I think we got something for Dallas on Thanksgiving. I do. We'll be better by that time. We'll be more in tune with the playbook. The offensive line will be better, and I think that will be a better team. We will have something for them. I can't wait till we play you guys in December. That should be fun. I would love that last game to come down to the division between the Giants and the Eagles. I think that'd be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But I'm looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday, my man. Tutto, grazie, paisano, grazie. Thank you for supporting the channel. We don't eat no sweets. Shame, man. Drink alcohol or smoke nothing. Man, I don't smoke anything either. And I really don't drink alcohol, barely at all. I have my Victory Scotch. That's about it. Yamamoto Nutrition. Dozen eggs, 2 whole chickens, 2 pounds of bison, and a gallon of milk daily. Yeah, I couldn't eat bison. I've never had bison. Then again, I never liked venison until my brother-in-law made it. But 2 dozen eggs. I have the equivalent. I don't eat 2 dozen eggs. I have the equivalent of like 10 egg whites. Or it's like the equivalent of 10 eggs. I definitely eat a lot of chicken. That I can tell you. I don't drink milk though. Milk's fatty, so I stay away from it. But yeah, well, I don't look like you though, Tuto. Maybe I ought to get on that diet. I certainly like to eat. I do like food. I definitely like food. There's not a lot of options. That's why Knicks keeps me grounded. That's why I love it, because I can eat the sweets and I can still hit my macros every day and still maintain 7% body fat. So it's good. Dominic, thank you for supporting the channel. He said, just took my first scoop of Knicks. Pretty damn good. Oh, it's good. It's really good. You know what you got to do? You got to get the sugar-free chocolate syrup from Hershey's. There's 5 calories a tablespoon. You don't even need more. You need 1 tablespoon because Knicks is sweet enough. But you throw some of that in there. Oh my God. Or I don't have one of those little cram bars. They make these little cram bars. They're like brownies. They're protein bars. Where the hell is that? Oh, that's what their thing looks like. Their cookie ice cream sandwich. That's what it looks like. But they have these little cram bars, man. You can cut them up. They're like brownies, but the protein bars. Cut that up and throw it in there. It's amazing. Knicks is good stuff, man. I'm hoping Nick stays on for a while, regardless if they continue to sponsor my channel or not. I will not stop eating it. I'm addicted to it, but it is really good. Kobe, thank you for supporting the channel, brother. Appreciate it. How do you feel about the Giants being a 2.5-point dog versus the Jags? I love it. Keep disrespecting us. Because you know what happens, Kobe? You were talking about this earlier. Okay. The Giants can't believe their own hype when nobody hypes them up. Nobody's giving them any credit. Nobody's giving them any respect. Nobody thinks they're good still, even though they're 5-1. And they beat 2 of the best teams in the AFC last year, and they beat the Packers, which was the number 1 seed in the NFC last year. Nobody wants to give them credit for anything. And they continue to doubt. So the Giants can't believe their own hype. When a team starts to believe their own hype, that's when they might fall off a little bit. They're not allowed, the media, Vegas, other fan bases, not allowing it to do it. And the Giants every week come out and say, show you, I'm going to show you. So I think it's stupid that they're an underdog. I think that they should be favored. I understand it's on the road. But come on, man. The Jaguars 2-4. We're 5-1. So I just think they keep waiting for the Giants to fall down. And hopefully it ain't this week. But I think that we should win. So I kind of like that they keep doubting us. Independent outsider, thank you, my friend. He says, who hasn't laid down a G-Men bet yet? 2.5-point dogs. That's the talk of the town, is the Giants are underdogs. I don't understand. But I don't know why people don't just take the Giants straight up. Could have won a lot of money on the Baltimore game and the Packer game. I think the Giants are a 9-point dog against the Packers, 6 points against the Ravens. You know, why not? Why not? Tell Kyler to stop overthrowing Hurts. Kyler's had a bad year. You know? Chris, thank you for supporting the channel, brother. Appreciate you. Are you planning to see Black Adam since you're a fan of The Rock? I was a fan of The Rock as a wrestler, not really an actor. And I don't like new movies. I did watch Halloween Ends. I did watch that because I am a massive horror movie fan. But yeah, I probably won't watch that. I don't like superhero movies. Call me crazy. I don't like this Marvel comic. What's the other one? DC comic. I don't like those movies. I mean, I don't mind them, but man, my superheroes are Batman and Superman. Give me Superman 2 over any superhero movie ever made. The original Batman is really good too with Michael Keaton. But you give me Superman 2 over any of them. Any of them. I'm old, man. I'm kind of set in my ways. I really don't like new movies. But I do love The Rock when he wrestled. That was when he was awesome. As far as his movies go, I don't know if I've ever liked a movie with The Rock in it. The Rundown was okay. I really don't think I've ever liked a movie with The Rock. Call me crazy. I am crazy. Tommy, thank you for supporting the channel, brother. Appreciate it. If KG wants to fall in line, do we take him? Well, of course we take him back. $72 million. I mean, next year, no. He's not coming back here. Save the money. Move on. He doesn't need anything. Cut him, save $6 million. That's the way I look at it. There's no use for him here. I don't believe we have any use for him at all. So I wouldn't I wouldn't bring him back. This year, when he gets healthy, yeah, I think he should see the field. But I don't want him here. And I think a lot of Giants fans will tell you, we don't need Kenny Galladay. I don't see any Giants fan defending him. They wanted to defend Kadarius Toney because he doesn't cost a lot of money and he's got more talent than Galladay. I understand it. Galladay, no, I don't think we need him back. Sonny, thank you, my friend. Appreciate you supporting the channel once again. You're the man. Appreciate it very much. He says, I'm a little skeptical about DJ, but it's undeniable that he's improved. He seems more in control, especially in pre-snap audibles. He even yelled Andy Reid, which led to a third down conversion late in the game. I think that was something about a buffet line, if I'm not mistaken, the Andy Reid. In all seriousness, I mentioned this at the beginning of the year, and I only knew about this because CBS did not air the Jets and Giants in upstate New York, so I did not see the game, so I listened to it on WFAN. And they talked to Howard Cross, I believe at halftime, right before halftime, and he said, one thing I've noticed is the Giants are getting to the line of scrimmage with like 20 seconds on the play clock. The Giants would always get out of the huddle late with Joe Judge, and they would be down to 5 seconds, and they'd either have to take a timeout or they'd get a delay a game, or they wouldn't have the blocking set, and the offense would struggle. When you get to the line of scrimmage with 20 seconds to go, because you have the play call in there, and it's not as complex as what Joe Judge was doing, you can check off, you can audible, you can get everybody set. I definitely think that helps Daniel Jones' confidence. When he gets to the line of scrimmage, he can look things over and not have to hurry with the snap. So it's definitely huge. And there's no question he's more in control and he's more confident. And a confident quarterback goes a long way, man. Again, people talk about statistics. There are many, many intangibles that go along with a player that do not show up in the box score. And confidence is one. It's one thing I've always said Daniel Jones lacked. He doesn't lack it this year. And you know what? Even though the Giants did not pick up his fifth-year option, Brian Daboll shows that he doesn't lack confidence in Daniel Jones either. And I think that goes a long way with Daniel Jones. That even though the coach didn't pick up his fifth-year option, that Daniel Jones was playing for a contract, and that Brian Daboll ripped him after the interception at Tennessee, I think Daboll has shown that he has faith in Daniel Jones. And I think that's gone a long way with Daniel Jones. I say it all the time. If only Daboll was his head coach when he was drafted, we wouldn't even be having this discussion. In my opinion, if he had Daboll for 4 years, he would already have the extension. He probably would have been the franchise quarterback. I don't think there'd even be a question at this point in his fourth year. I think we'd be talking about him as a right around a top 10 quarterback. I'm not going to say Daniel Jones would ever be an elite quarterback, but I definitely think that he'd be around the top 10 if Daboll was his coach his entire career, because you can just see the massive improvement in 6 games. Again, they might not show up in the box score, but if you actually sit there and watch the games and see the way he commands a huddle and see how clutch he is and see how nothing gets to him and you see how tough and how much resolve he shows week in and week out, like the situation's not too big for the kid anymore, I think that means a lot. I think that Daboll's confidence in Jones means a lot to Joe, not just Jones, but the team. Because if the team sees, hey, coach has confidence in the quarterback, that means the players are going to have confidence in the quarterback. It goes for playing for one another. And that's why the Giants are winning these games. It's not because of the most talented squad out there. It's because they execute and because they play team football. They don't try to do too much. They're just asked to do their job, and they just do their job. They're not trying to do somebody else's job. You start doing that, you're going to get messed up. You're going to miss assignments. You're going to blow blocks. You're going to whatever. This team doesn't do that. Tutto, grazie, grazie, grazie. Thank you again for supporting the channel, brother. Appreciate you. We don't have any liberty of what to eat, when, how much. Our players contract with Yamamoto Nutrition directors exclusively with our trainers all day. I need a trainer like that. Although I got to be honest, too, I couldn't do that. Like I don't eat a lot of different things. Saturday, I can eat whatever the hell I want. Saturday night, I can eat whatever the hell I want. That's my thing. But I'm not a rugby player either. But I'm in pretty good shape. I do like the liberty of eating whatever the hell I want on Saturday night, where my macros go out the window. I also like the option to eat whatever I want for breakfast. If I want pancakes, egg whites, ham, turkey, whatever. Protein shake, that type of thing. But again, I don't have your genetics. I can't do that anyway. Even if I ate what you did, I wouldn't look like that. SB, thank you for supporting the channel, brother. Appreciate you. He says, look up Shahid touchdown would be Toney if he was healthy. Listen, I know Toney can move, and I know Toney can, he looks like a video game out there. We've seen it, but he can't get on the damn field. I have no confidence in Kadarius Toney getting on a field at all. I don't expect him to play. If he does, great. I'm not expecting him to play. I'm not going into any game this week going, I expect Kadarius Toney to make an impact. It would be great if he could. It'd be great. It would be great to add another weapon. It'd be great to have Kadarius Toney and Wan'Dale Robinson out there at the same time. But I'm just not expecting it. Scott says the Cowboys using their backup. Listen, why are they? This is what I don't understand, Scott. They're using that as an excuse. Didn't they win 4 games in a row with Cooper Rush? Weren't they talking about Cooper Rush being better than Dak Prescott? Wasn't there going to be a quarterback controversy there? The Eagles are just damn good. Listen, I give Dallas credit for beating the Giants. I didn't make any excuses. I didn't have any excuses to make. They were better on that night. That's all a Cowboy fan has to say. The Eagles are better on that night. We'll see what happens when they play in Dallas. I think you're going to split. I think you're a better team, but I think division games are tough. And I think when you go to Dallas, I think Dallas will win that game. That's just the way I looked at it. It doesn't mean they will. You could sweep them easily, but we'll see what happens. Elvis, thank you for supporting the channel, brother. Really appreciate it. Waited 4 hours at the stadium. Oh, it sucks you were there. With no announcement until 9:45, but postponed the game. Meanwhile, we got nothing but losing money buying beers. That sucks. Why the hell did, I don't understand this, Elvis. So there was obviously rain in the forecast the entire night. They started with a delay. What was it? Game 2, they postponed immediately. They postponed it in the afternoon. They should have done the same thing. They should have postponed that thing at like 5 o'clock or 5:30, because if you looked at the radar, which they always do, it didn't end till 11 o'clock, 11:30. That sucks. Sorry that you had to wait there. Hopefully you can go back tomorrow, and my God, hopefully they freaking win. For those fans, for every fan, but obviously more so the ones that waited and all that crap. Alien, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Eagles lose first of the season will be a giant one. I love it. That would be that would be awesome if that would happen. That would be amazing if we could be the ones that knock through. Listen, we've beat undefeated teams before. I'm pretty sure Giants fans know we've beaten undefeated teams before. The 98 Broncos. There was another team that was undefeated that we beat in a pretty big game. Yeah. I think you guys know who that was, what year that was, and what team that was. Yeah, we did that. Jackson, thank you so much for becoming a member of the Dog Pound, brother. Appreciate you, Jackson. Welcome to the Dog Pound. Dog Pounds, members, where you at? Welcome Jackson into the kennel, baby. Let's go. Hoo. Thank you, Jackson. Appreciate it. But how can I be the man when you the man, Jackson? Thank you for coming a member, man. Really appreciate it. That's right. Patriot Killers. That's what we did. Eagles, Bills. I don't even want to think about that. I don't want the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I can't watch an Eagles Super Bowl. They need to be upset in the first round. Russell Wilson is stealing money from the Broncos. Daniel Jones has been better than Russell Wilson this year. There's no question about it. No question about it. I want the Giants and Eagles. I want that last game to be for the division. If they beat us, they beat us. But I really want that. I want that game to be for the division. I really do. That would be so much damn fun. I would love that. Giants, Bills. Well, listen, amazing guy. I've said before, this team reminds me of the 1990 Giants. We know what happened in 1990 when the Giants played the Bills. Al Michaels. 4 words. No good. Wide right. Super Bowl champs. I would love it. That'd be amazing. Michi, thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate you. What up, Baddog? As a Giants fan, it's fun seeing ESPN and everyone else move the goalpost for the Giants and DJ. Oh, isn't it amazing? And again, Meech, you were talking about it earlier. The 2-4 Jaguars, field goal favorite over the Giants. No respect. No respect. The Rodney Dangerfield of the NFL, the New York Football Giants. The New York Football Giants. Yes, indeed. The New York Football Giants. That's what we are. That's what we are. Monk says, no, you don't. The Eagles will destroy the Giants. Okay, I've heard that all year. I've heard all year that teams are going to destroy the Giants. Dallas beat us. I wouldn't say they destroyed us. That's it. Nobody else is beating us. So we play you twice anyway. So yes, I do. Yes, I do want it to come down to that. If you beat us, you beat us. But if we beat you, you have a lot to answer for, wouldn't you? You're supposed to beat us. You're supposed to beat us. We ain't supposed to beat you. We got nothing to lose. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC. There ain't no question about that. They may be the best team in the NFL. I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared of Philadelphia. One bit. I ain't scared of them. And I can tell you this. The Giants, they're not scared of you either. Wink Martindale ain't scared of you. Brian Dable ain't scared of you. Daniel Jones has had his best games against Philadelphia. Daniel Jones has beaten Philadelphia a couple of times. Last year, as a matter of fact. Jalen Hurts threw 3 interceptions. We were a 4-win team last year, and we beat you. And it made Philly 500 wear a Giants jersey when he streamed the Eagles-Giants next game. I ain't scared of you. You may win, you may not. But this Giants fan ain't scared of anybody we play. Not anymore. Not anymore. KN, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Lawrence or Jones without bias, and why? With Trevor Lawrence, I would take Trevor Lawrence. He's just more talented. I'm not taking anything away from Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has been absolutely awesome. But Trevor Lawrence, man, Trevor Lawrence is one of those guys that comes along once every 5-10 years. He's that good. I'm glad that they got rid of Urban Meyer. Would have killed him. But I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be one of the best quarterbacks in this league in a few years. I thought very highly of him at Clemson. He showed incredible resolve in the fact that the spotlight wasn't too big for him when he crushed Alabama as a freshman in the national championship game. I just like Trevor Lawrence a lot. I mean, a lot of people compare him to Andrew Luck, and if you watched Andrew Luck play, they are very similar, and Andrew Luck was one of the best quarterbacks of his time. He had no offensive line, and he was still one of the best quarterbacks. I just think Trevor Lawrence has elite skills. I think Daniel Jones has very good skills. I don't think that he has Trevor Lawrence skills. So I would take Trevor Lawrence going forward. But right now, I would take Daniel Jones. If you're asking me, would I rather have Lawrence or Jones than the Giants? I'd rather have Daniel Jones. He's 5-1. Trevor Lawrence is 2-4. Going forward, yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence will be the better quarterback. But in 2022, give me Daniel Jones. Give me Daniel Jones this year. 5 years from now, probably I would be taking Trevor Lawrence. But you give me Daniel Jones this year because Daniel Jones has played better than him this year. NY Giants, thank you. Appreciate you supporting the channel, my friend. He says, how about Evan Neal on Sunday? Future star. The Giants offensive line played a lot better. You know who played really well? Brederson. Again, I don't read too much into PFF grades. Brederson's PFF grade was the best on the offensive line this week. Ben Brederson was the best offensive lineman as far as PFF grades this week. Think about that. If the interior offensive line ever got their shit together and allowed Daniel Jones the type of pocket that Jalen Hurts has to throw with, the Giants did get a healthy Kadarius Toney. The offense can be a lot better. The offense is going to be better by the end of the year. Mark my words. It's getting better now. It's getting better now. Do they have their hiccups? Yes. But again, we're throwing to, Johnson. We're throwing to Sills. We're throwing to James. I love Daniel Bellinger, by the way. But I'm going to tell you right now, this could, the Giants offense will be a lot better. Be a lot better. Chris, thank you for supporting the channel, brother. Appreciate it very much. He says Daniel Jones beat the Eagles with a broken neck. Yeah, like Chris Angle. I won the Olympics with a broken freaking neck. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Since you brought up The Rock, I figured I would bring up some Kurt Angle. And I always appreciate Chris. I always appreciate the guys that are gym rats like myself. Look at Chris's thumbnail. Dude is jacked. Nobody says to me, Baddog, why don't you get out there and play linebacker? Why don't you do it? Because, man, I'm old. You can ask Chris. Look at Chris down here. Look at this guy. Maybe he could play for the Giants. I can't. I'm old. I can't do it. I'm like a classic automobile, right? That's refurbished. The outside looks good. The body looks good. But then you get underneath the engine and not everything's working the way it's supposed to. That's me. Chris could probably do it. Bredesen played really well. Amazing guy. He did. Pro Cannon, thank you for supporting the channel, man. Really appreciate it, brother. He says, difference between this year and last year for Jones. Dable schemes in the run game, which is non-existent with 26 hurt. Oh, there is no question Saquon Barkley's made him a lot better. There is no question about that. And yes, Dable and Kafka scheme work around Daniel Jones' strength. It works around the player's strengths, which is what the freaking coaches are supposed to do. Joe Judge said a lot of things in his opening press conference that got me hyped up. But that soundbite sold me when Joe Judge says, don't tell me what these players can't do. Tell me what they can do. Because to me, that was saying, I'm going to work around their strengths and I'm going to build my game plans around what they can do. And that never happened. Joe Judge is a great talker, but when it came to execution, he was terrible. And I think Patricia Traina said it best when we were on. By the way, I think Chris and I are doing that again on Friday. Plan on it anyway. But that was fun. So she said it best. Joe Judge was not a bad guy, and he's got a good football mind, but he micromanaged too much. They're too complex. And I don't think the players bought into it. So I think whatever Dable is doing, they're buying into it. But yeah, you're right, Pro Cannon. That's what you want to do. These players buy into it. And it gives them confidence. When you believe in their abilities and you build your game plan around their abilities, they're going to be confident in their abilities. It doesn't matter if it's football. It doesn't matter if it's bowling. It doesn't matter if it's weightlifting. It doesn't matter if it's baseball or basketball, whatever you do. It doesn't matter if you're building a house, if you're, fixing a car. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you don't have confidence in what you're doing, you're going to fail. You're much more likely to succeed when you're confident in what you're doing and you're confident in your own abilities. Again, these are intangibles, the mental aspect of football that does not show up in the box score. Which is why when people are like Daniel Jones he only threw for 173 yards. He sucks. He hasn't thrown for more than 217 yards in any game. He's not a good quarterback. Those people play fantasy football and Madden. They don't actually watch the football game. They don't actually pay attention to what Daniel Jones is doing. They just play Madden. They look at fantasy statistics. They listen to ESPN and all these other pundits that don't know what the hell they're talking about. And they get their opinions from that instead of just watching the football game. That's just the way it goes. The Giants don't ask Daniel Jones to throw for 400 yards. That's not their game plan. They're not saying, hey, Daniel, go out and throw the ball 45 times and throw for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. They're not asking them to do that. They know what they are. They want to run the ball with their best player, who is Saquon Barkley. They say, Daniel, you do what you got to do. Play within yourself. Use your legs. Take the open receiver. You don't need to take a ton of chances. Manage the game. And then we tell you to let it loose, go. And it works. Chris said this best. When Daniel Jones was losing games, everybody that hated Daniel Jones said, oh, look at Daniel Jones. He can't win any games. He has a losing record. And now that he's 5-1, the same Daniel Jones haters whose needle just doesn't move no matter what he does say, oh, his stats suck. He's not a quarterback. The Giants win in spite of Daniel Jones. So I hit my microphone with the bill of my cap. It's just insane. You're allowed to change your opinion. It's okay to be wrong. A lot of narcissists on the internet. There's a lot of insecure people on the internet. There really is. One thing I've noticed about being on social media. People can't admit they're wrong. That's a narcissistic tendency because it's insecurity. It has something to do with that, having a fragile ego. Is that they just don't ever want, they'll always tell you when they're right. They'll tell you everything they were right about, but God forbid they ever admit that they're wrong about anything. That is a narcissist. And as a guy that studied psychology and forensic psychology when it comes to serial killers, I know all about narcissism. All about it. There are a lot of that. There's a lot of that on the internet. Kendall, thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate it. What's a realistic extension we could, like Chris said, I think a 3-year deal, $48 million, and maybe like half of it guaranteed where they could get out after a year or two if it doesn't work. I don't think you want to give him a long-term big money deal. You're not going to give Daniel Jones 6 years, $180 million with $100 million guarantee. Like, he's not going to get that. But I do think 3 years, $48 million, $51 million. I think that's possible. And I think that Daniel Jones could play for something like that, because if Daniel Jones signed a 3-year deal with the Giants and he balled out after the first or second year, then you could give him a major contract. I think if Daniel Jones took a 3-year deal here and then the next 2 years the Giants are winning playoff games and he was around a top 10 quarterback, right? If he was just say Dak Prescott level, which I don't think is out of the realm of possibility. I've said that before. If Daniel Jones could get to that level, then the Giants could say, okay, you're the guy. And we're gonna give you 5 years, $160 million. But I wouldn't give that to him now. But I do think a 3-year deal where they could get out after 2. I think that, like Chris, he said it perfect. The Derek Carr contract is a perfect example. It's a 4-year deal. And the Raiders could get out after 1. So I don't see that's something that they could do. But I think that's realistic. Michi, thank you for supporting the channel again, my friend. Appreciate it. I think the reason people still hate Jones is because he doesn't put up pretty stats like Allen or Mahomes. He doesn't. And he's not them guys. He's not those guys. He's not Josh Allen. He'll never be Josh Allen. He'll never be Pat Mahomes. And that's the problem, Michi. You're right. People compare him to those guys. People should not compare him to Pat Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen. Should not compare him to those guys. He doesn't have the talent of those guys. He's not them. All Daniel Jones can be is what Daniel Jones is. Don't you want to win football games if you're a Giants fan? Isn't that the whole reason they play on Sunday? So who gives a damn? It's not like Daniel Jones is throwing interceptions and fumbling the ball. The dude has led the Giants on comebacks in 4 of the 5 wins this year. What else do you need him to do? He doesn't need to throw for 300 yards. If we're winning with him throwing for 173, who cares? I would much rather him throw for 175, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. We win 21-17, as opposed to him throwing for 430 yards with 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and we lose 31-28. I just want to win. That's the only statistic I care about. I'm old, man. I've seen the Giants win 4 Super Bowls. When I started watching football, fantasy football was nothing. There was no Madden football in 1986. There was Tecmo Super Bowl. Great game, by the way. But there was no Madden. The Tecmo Super Bowl was not I can draft my players and do this and do that and make trades and blah, 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 blah. Didn't have that option. Like I said, fantasy football, I don't even know if it existed in 86. If it did, it certainly doesn't exist the way it does now. So it's changed the fan. Fantasy football and video games have changed the fan. And that's why people act the way they do when guys don't put up big numbers. The media feeds into that crap. The media blows up the guys like Pat Mahomes. For good reason. Pat Mahomes is awesome. Justin Herbert is awesome. Josh Allen is incredible. And I love watching those guys play. The things that they can do are amazing. Kyler Murray has an awesome skill set. It's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. Now, he's not the most accurate guy, and he's inconsistent. Lamar Jackson is the same thing. Like, these guys, they're different breed. Daniel Jones don't have it. He doesn't have those capabilities, but he doesn't need them. He just needs to succeed in the system he's in, which is what he's doing. But like I said, no matter what Daniel Jones does or how many games he wins, some people just will never be satisfied with Daniel Jones. So don't even debate with those people. Listen, I had a big debate with Fisk Vegas about Daniel Jones. And Fisk has always been in Daniel Jones's corner. Always. And I obviously have not always been in Daniel Jones's corner. I think that's pretty obvious. But this year, he has won me over. And it's not because he's thrown for 350 yards and 5 touchdowns. It's because he's winning football games. He's doing things that I didn't think he could do. And I respect him for that. And if a Giants fan can't respect what he's doing for this team and how much he actually means to this team right now, and that he's just doing what he's asked to do, there's no reason to debate. Because they're never going to change their mind. It's like banging your head into a wall. All you end up with is a headache. You accomplish nothing and you end up with a headache. Don't worry about them, people. Giants win. Let's just be happy with the Giants. If people want to be miserable about the Giants, if Giants fans want to be miserable about being 5-1 because Daniel Jones hasn't had a 300-yard game or only has 5 passing touchdowns, just let him be. Dashy, thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate you, brother. NFL refs calling BS roughing the pay. Dashy, I've said before, just give the quarterbacks flags. Just give the quarterbacks flags. We can play flag football with the quarterback because you can't breathe in the quarterback. It's a penalty. David, thank you for supporting the channel, brother. Really appreciate it, my friend. He says, I think the Giants have the very best coaching and assistants and support staff right now in the NFL. Can anyone name a team with a better staff? I don't know. What the Giants are doing, what the staff is doing with the collection of players they have is nothing short of remarkable. And I get excited thinking about what could be when Shane and Brandon Brown and Dable get their players in here. Because Gettleman obviously did have some good draft picks. But Gettleman also had a lot of missed draft picks. And he signed some really bad contracts. So think about what happens when we got a guy like Shane drafting, where you've already seen the influence of his draft picks. Wan'Dale Robinson had a touchdown. Kadarius Toney and Kenny Golladay do not have a touchdown in their Giants' careers. They've been here a year and a half. Wan'Dale Robinson, touchdown. Daniel Bellinger, he's a 4th-round pick, 2 touchdowns. Dane Belton's out there making plays. Obviously, Thibodeau and Evan Neal have gotten a lot better. You know, Cordell Flott hasn't been too bad. So You've seen his draft picks already pay dividends. Just think about what could happen after a couple of years of him making his own picks and having cap space to maneuver and maybe bring in a bigger name player. Because when you're winning, players sit there and go, oh, a losing team offered me this. Now, not every player is going to do this because some players just want their money, like Kenny Golladay. But a player might want to win. They might be on a bad team and they say, oh, this team is going to offer, Seattle's going to offer me $70 million for 4 years. But they're obviously in the middle of a rebuild. They're not going anywhere. Oh, look at the Giants. They've turned the corner. I'll sign with them for $8 million less than I would take to play with Seattle because I want to win. You start winning, you start to draw more players to your team. So it's big for the Giants. It's why the Knicks can never, that's why the Knicks do not get big free agents. It's not because they don't have the money. It's certainly not because they don't have the popularity or the draw. It's because the Knicks have sucked for 22 freaking years. Who the hell wants to play for that organization? That's why, and I'm not taking anything away from Jalen Brunson, but that's why the Knicks get guys like Jalen Brunson and Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier and Julius Randle. That's why they don't get LeBron James, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving. That's why they don't get those players. So you start building winning football, you have a winning culture, you're going to draw better players because they want to win. College Guy, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. How legit is Bellinger? I'm buying this stock all day, every day. I love Daniel Bellinger. Daniel Bellinger is that tight end, that Kevin Boss type of tight end. He doesn't need to do a ton of stuff. He blocks well. He catches the football. That's all you need from your tight end. He leads the team with 2 receiving touchdowns. I love Bellinger. Bellinger is so underrated. It's one of the most popular tweets I've actually had where I talked about how Bellinger is such an underrated cog of the Giants offense, but I really like him. And I think he's only going to get better too. Patrick, thank you for supporting the channel, brother. Appreciate it. Who, in your opinion, are essential to retain? Well, I think, no doubt, Andrew Thomas and Dexter Lawrence. I think you start with those guys. You've got to keep Andrew Thomas and Dexter Lawrence because you got to win on the line of scrimmage. Absolutely. I don't want to say Daniel Jones is essential to retain. I think it depends on the contract. And the same thing with Saquon. It depends on the contract. Like, it's hard for me. I love Saquon. Again, I don't buy a lot of jerseys. So if I buy your jersey or ask for it for a Christmas present and I have a Giants jersey, it's because I love the player. McKinney's my favorite Giant, bought a McKinney jersey. Saquon is probably my second favorite Giant. I have a Color Rush Saquon jersey. I love Saquon. But I would have a hard time giving Saquon a big contract. He's been injured a lot of his career. He obviously is an incredible running back when he's healthy, but that's a big if. And you always have to be leery of guys that have big years in their contract year. You always have to be leery of that, especially the guy that's had the injury history that Saquon's had. So just, it'd be tough. I think you tag Saquon. I don't know if Saquon would play under the tag, but I think that's what you would do. I think you try to sign Daniel Jones with a 3 or 4 year deal where you can get out after 1 or 2 years. And if he does show that he's the guy after 2 years, then you can give him a big deal. You can rework his contract and give him a big extension or something. But I think with Saquon, it's just tough to give a running back a lot of money. So again, I'm glad I don't have to make that decision. That's why I'm on YouTube. And that's why Joe Shane is where he is. Scratchy, thank you for supporting the channel, brother. Appreciate it. Scratchy show. That's awesome. He says, I wonder when people are going to call the Giants legit. Maybe walking out of Dallas. Yeah, exactly, Scratchy. If we go 10-1, maybe then they'll give us some respect. I don't know who we play after. I don't know who we play after the Cowboys, but we probably still be an underdog. Joe Shane Train, thank you for being a member for 6 months. He said, who's a better coaching staff, Jets or Giants? And who is better? The Giants are better than the Jets. The Giants are better than the Jets are. I'm proud of the Jets. I'm happy for the Jets. Jets are having a great year. Robert Sala's been there for a couple years. Brian Daboll's first year, he has turned this team around. The Jets are not throwing to Richie James and David Sills, but I think the Giants can beat the Jets. Listen, I think the Giants can beat anybody. I really do. It's not taking anything away from the Jets. The Jets are having a really good year, and I'm happy for the Jets. But Brian Daboll is a genius. He's a genius. Independent outsider, thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Based on rookie play, I think the 2022 class right now, I think I would give him a B+. Honestly, I think I think a B+. Then again, you expect Thibodeau and Neal to hit, but Wan'Dale Robinson already showed dividends. I love Bellinger. I mean, Bellinger's a big reason I give them a high grade. I mean, he in the 4th round has had great. He's been awesome. You know, I think Flott and Belton have been good. They've obviously dealt with some injuries, but I think they've been good too. Azudu struggled. I don't think there's any question about that. When Azudu's been in the game, he has struggled. Yeah, I mean, he's a 5th round pick, so you got to give him some time, but he hasn't looked really good. Obviously, Micah McFadden got hurt, so we don't really know much about him. But I think the first 4 rounds, I would definitely give them a B+. I think that they've looked really good. And again, this is the guys that they chose for a reason. Fits their scheme, and these guys are playing well. And I think Thibodeau is going to be a beast. I'm telling you, man. You know, guys, he's a man. Giants fans drive me crazy sometimes. And people think I'm negative. Man, there was guys calling Kayvon Thibodeau a bust after the Dallas game. Freaking, he played 20 snaps. They're, oh, this guy's a bust. He didn't do anything in that Dallas game. Dude coming off a freaking knee injury. First game back in the NFL on a limited snap. Oh, that dude sucks. Then again, you don't have a sack. You don't have a sack. Well, you got to watch the game because he gets held in almost every play. He gets penetration. He's very disruptive. He doesn't always need to get a sack to make a play. He's tipped passes at the line of scrimmage. He's gotten quarterback pressures. And he ended the game for us and won it for us with a quarterback strip sack. He almost recovered the fumble, too. So Thibodeau is going to be really good. And Evan Neal is going to be really good. And the Giants are really good, Giants fans. We're good. We're a good team. Say it with your chest. The Giants are a damn good team. We're a damn good team. Are we the best team in the league? No. But we're one of them. And let these people, let ESPN, let Vegas, let the fans, let everybody keep disrespecting us. Let them. We like that. 3 out of the 4 years we won the Super Bowl, nobody gave the Giants a chance in any of them. In any of them. Didn't give us a chance. The Giants are 13-3 in 1990. They had no chance. Oh, yeah, he ain't going to candlestick of beating them Niners. Oh my God. How the hell did they beat the Niners? How the hell did they beat the Niners? How did that happen? How did they shut down that powerful offense of John Taylor, Jerry Rice, Roger Craig, Mike Sherrard, Joe Montana, Tom Rathman? How the hell did they do that? Well, you know, the Giants, they can't score any points. There's no way they can shut down Jim Kelly and the K-Gun offense. Andre Reed and James Lofton and Thurman Thomas. There's no way they can stop that offense. Well, history will tell you differently. So let them keep disrespecting. Of course, in 2007, we ain't beating Tampa. We definitely ain't beating the Cowboys. There's no way they go into Dallas and beat the Cowboys. That doesn't happen. Oh, they beat the Cowboys. Well, there's no way. There's no way they go into minus 20-degree Lambeau and Brett Favre's last game as a Packer, or his last game, not as a Packer, his last game, he's retiring, his last game at Lambeau. There's no way the Giants win that game. Oh, they did? Well, there's no way they beat the 17-0 Patriots. They're a 2-touchdown underdog. They got no chance. Really? So let him keep disrespecting. Let him keep doubting. I'll say this all year too. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what BSPN thinks or NFL Network. It doesn't matter what any of them think. The only thing that matters, the only people that need to believe in the Giants are the New York Giants. And as long as they believe in themselves, which they do, they're going to continue to win football games. That's simple. So let them keep freaking doubting us. Michi, my friend, thank you again for supporting the channel. He says there's one Giants content creator and some other Giants fans that are so caught up on the franchise quarterback thing that they don't care about DJ improving. Well, this is the thing. What is a franchise quarterback? I think that's the question you would have to ask them, Michi. What is a franchise quarterback? Is a franchise quarterback Andrew Luck, who I don't think ever won a playoff game? I could be wrong about that. Maybe Andrew Luck did win a playoff game. Is a quarterback, is a franchise quarterback Tony Romo, who won one playoff game in his career? Is that a franchise quarterback? Or is a franchise quarterback a guy like Phil Simms, who won a Super Bowl and really led the Giants to 2 Super Bowls? Is a franchise quarterback Donovan McNabb, who led the Eagles to 4 straight NFC titles and a Super Bowl? Never won one? Is that a franchise quarterback? What the hell is a franchise quarterback? Is Derek Carr a franchise quarterback? Is Jimmy Garoppolo a franchise quarterback? Like, what is a franchise quarterback? Like, I don't understand what that means. To me, a franchise quarterback is a quarterback that wins football games. Is Daniel Jones a franchise quarterback right now? The verdict is still out on him. But he has certainly moved it more. He's certainly made it a lot more intriguing. He certainly made it a much bigger question. Because going into this season, Michi, I would have said 95% he ain't coming back here. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option. They don't believe in him. He ain't coming back here. As we stand after week 6, I'm telling you, I think there's an 80% chance he comes back here. And that'll piss a lot of the fans off. And if you're pissed off because Daniel Jones is your quarterback, and you say the Giants go 11-6, which means we'd be 6-5 the rest of the year, which is very possible. Say we go 11-6 and we beat a team in the wild card round and lose in the divisional series to the Rams. We'll just say the Rams. And they bring Daniel Jones back. Are you going to be mad because we went 11-6 and lost in the divisional round? Like, at that point, I'm saying, all right, let's see what he can do next year. Let him have another year onto the system. Let's get some better offensive linemen around him. Let's get him a number 1 receiver. And let's see what the hell they can do with that. I don't know. Like I said, I am a guy, and again, some people don't like it. That's okay. But I always feel like I try to give you the most honest, unbiased opinion about everything that I see. All I tell you is my opinion. I'm not playing favorites here. I'm not being biased here. I can admit when I'm wrong about shit. I don't care. I have been wrong plenty of times. I will be wrong plenty times more. I'm human. I'm going to screw up. Not just on YouTube, not just with my takes. I'm going to make mistakes at work. I'm going to make mistakes with whatever. You know, it happens. Make mistakes in the gym. Make mistakes when I order food, whatever. Make mistakes when I cook food. Sometimes I burn stuff. Sometimes I drop a glass and break it. You make mistakes. You're wrong sometimes. It's okay to be wrong. Every freaking living person on the face of the planet's wrong one time or another. Patrick, thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate you. 10-1, but the reporter says the strategy is to lose games. Yeah, the Giants should be tanking, right? We're 5-1. They should lose games to get a better draft pick so that they can win games. Think about that for a second, Giants fans. Think about that. Think about that logic. You guys need to lose games so you can get a higher draft pick to win games, even though you're 5-1 and winning games. Where the hell is the logic in that? Oh, you gotta tank. You gotta tank so you can get a franchise player so you can win more games, even though you're one of the best teams in football. Who cares if since 2018 you've picked second, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, for Christ's sakes? Second, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. 5 picks in the top 7 since 2018. How many damn more times do we got to be bad so we get a top pick and still be bad? That's why the media is stupid. That's why I say thank you, ESPN, for being so stupid. And this is why people go to YouTube. Because if nothing else, we're not experts. We're not analysts. I don't pretend to be an analyst. I don't pretend to show film and break down film. Guys on YouTube that do that, good for them. I'm not doing that. I'm a fan. That's it. That's all I am. I'm a fan that gives you my opinion, my pulse of the team by watching the team. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what block should have been had. I'm not going to tell you the guy ran a wrong route. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know what route they're supposed to run. I don't have a communications degree. I'm not going to freaking shave every day. I don't have a great head of freaking hair. I really don't have any hair anymore. I have that Dable look, but still. I'm not going to sit there and cake makeup on and sit in front of a camera and just throw a bunch of BS at you because I look a certain way, even though I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about anyway. That's why I'm on YouTube. But I appreciate those people on ESPN because when a fan wants to get the pulse of the team and wants a freaking actual opinion about the damn team, whether it be good or bad, they're going to go to the content creators on YouTube. So I appreciate the ignorance on ESPN. ESPN used to be a really good network when I was growing up. Not so much anymore. And my Giants, thank you for supporting the channel, my friend. He says, I heard people, Dable is already top 7. What do you mean top 7? Top 7 coach in the league? Easily. Easily a top 10 or top 7. I think so. He's been awesome. What else can I say? Michi, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate you. He says, if DJ wins one game in the playoffs, he'll have the same playoff accomplishments as Dak freaking Prescott, who was like a god to Cowboys fan. That's exactly. And Tony Romo. And again, I don't know if Andrew Luck ever won a playoff game. I don't know if he ever did. He was a great quarterback. Never won a playoff game. I just want to win playoff games, man. I want to win games. Again, I don't care how many yards Saquon has. I don't care how many yards Jones has. I don't care how many yards Darius Slayton has. I don't care if it's Richie James catching a touchdown, Andrew Thomas, Chris Myrick. I don't care who's catching the touchdown. I don't care who's scoring the touchdown. I don't care how we win. I don't care what the hell some of these numbers look like at the end of the day. All I care about is winning football games. We're finally winning them. We could win our 6th game on Sunday. It'll be October 23rd. Since 2016, we have not won more than 6 games in any season. We can accomplish this in the first 7 weeks of the year. Like I said, no matter what you do, the fans that are hung up on statistics it's because they're hung up on John Madden football video games and fantasy football. That's what that's about. Because I don't think that a fan who's not hung up on those things is going to give a rat's patoot about a player's individual statistics at the end of the day if the team loses. They shouldn't. They should be mad that we lost. And in the same facet, they're not going to care about their statistics if we win. because that's all that matters. They don't play the games on Sunday to put up big statistics. Of course, that'd be a plus. I'm not saying I don't want Daniel Jones to throw for 385 yards and 4 touchdowns. I would love to see him do that. I would love Daniel Jones to have one of those games. I would really love him to have one of those games and blow somebody out 38-10, and then hear what the people say about Daniel Jones. I would love him to have one of those games. I would love Daniel Jones to just have a Josh Allen game. 347 in the air, 3 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. I would love that. I would absolutely love him to do that. But I would hate for him to do it in a loss. I don't care what his numbers are. I want to win football games. 5-1. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that. By the way, how many likes we got in here, man? Smash that thumbs up. Let's go. We got 333 likes. Appreciate it. Maybe we can get 400. Appreciate you guys, girls, being here. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, last block says the Cowboys could have the best roster in the league and still not win a playoff game because they're poverty. That's the whole thing. Do you think Cowboys fans are happy with just getting to the playoffs? Maybe some of them are. I mean, I'll be honest. I want to win a Super Bowl. We've been so bad for so long. If we made the playoffs, that's a huge success for the Giants this year. Not the ultimate goal, but with how poor we've been, to take that big of a step in your coaching staff and new GM, new front office's first year when they came in here with a terrible cap situation and a team that had no idea about an identity or how to win. If this team won 11 games and got to the postseason, massive accomplishment. But if they did it year in and year out, where they won 10, 11, 10, 12, 11 games, won the division, made the playoffs, and got knocked out year after year in the first round, would you still feel the same way? Would you still be, if you were a Giants fan, you made the playoffs 5 out of 6 years or something, then you get there, would you keep saying, well, we made the playoffs, it was a successful year? No, you'd have a much higher expectations for your team. You sit there and go, when the hell are we going to win a Super Bowl? Why the hell are we getting here, but we can't ever get over the top? So I don't think the Cowboys fans are happy with that. Ask an Eagles fan before they won the Super Bowl. Do you think an Eagles fan was happy about getting knocked out in the NFC Championship game every year? I doubt they were. I doubt the Eagle fan in 2004 when they lost to the Patriots and the Super Bowl said, well, at least we got out of the NFC Championship game. Didn't win the Super Bowl, but that's okay. I seriously doubt an Eagle fan said that. Alien, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the channel. He says, I'd rather DJ throw for 150 and win versus him throwing 400 to lose. Stats are cute, but aren't necessary when it comes to winning. That's a great statement. It's an absolute fact. It's an absolute fact. It's an absolute fact. Stats are cute. They look good in fantasy football. They look good on the back of your sports card. Looks good on the back of your football card. Looks good on the back of your baseball card. Alex Rodriguez is one of the greatest players I've ever seen. Won 2 MVPs with the Yankees in 2005 and 2007. Had terrible playoff series in both 2005 and 2007. And the fans absolutely mangled them. Mangled them. Why? Wouldn't make the playoffs without A-Rod. Didn't matter. Didn't win playoff games. Statistics are cute, but when it mattered, he didn't come through in the clutch. But if A-Rod hit 238 and had a big postseason, or got a big hit when it mattered, fans would look at him differently. Even if A-Rod would hit one, even if A-Rod got one hit, say A-Rod got 3 hits in a series, in the entire World Series, but there were 3 game-winning hits. Fans wouldn't give a damn. If A-Rod went 3 for 24, but he hit 3 game-winning homers or had 3 game-winning hits, all they would talk about is, oh, man, A-Rod's clutch. That's why stats do not matter at the end of the day. Got to win. We're winning. So as I've said, if there's Giants fans that are still hung up on statistics, they're just not going to be satisfied because I don't know what else you want. The whole point of being a fan is for the root of your team to win, but we're winning. So I don't know why people are so hung up on the damn statistics. I don't get it. I'll be honest. I love this team. I've always loved the Giants anyway. I bleed blue. I do. I absolutely bleed blue. I always have. It's 39th year I've watched Giants football. Okay? And I've never stopped loving them any less, but it's obviously easier to root for guys when you know they're giving it 100%. Let me ask you this in the chat. Is it easier for you as a fan to root for a guy like Daniel Bellinger or Daniel Jones than it is Kenny Golladay? I think it's easier to root for Daniel Bellinger than it is Kenny Golladay. Why? Kenny Golladay is a better player. Daniel Bellinger gives you better effort. Those are the type of guys I want to root for. The guys that go to war for your team. The guys that fight their guts out and do everything in their power to help the team win and put the team above everything else. Those are the guys that are easy to root for. Guys that make $72 million and have about 520 yards receiving in 23 games. Not that he's played all 23 games, but 23 games have been played since he's been here and do not have a single touchdown. They have as many touchdowns as me and you guys in the chat combined. Who's it easier to root for? That's why I love this team, because this team is a bunch of underdogs. This team is a bunch of guys that were kind of thrown together that nobody gave a chance. And still, we're 5-1. And still, nobody gives them the respect they deserve. All you got to do is look at the fact that we're playing a freaking team that is 2-4, and we are still a 3-point underdog. That is all you need to look at. That's why I love this team, because they don't give a shit about what anybody else thinks. They know what they're capable of. And week in and week out, they show it to everybody. But all I can think about is this. The Giants have played one primetime game this year against Dallas, America's team, and we lost. And we all know that that's the only game that anybody on NFL Network or ESPN paid attention to this entire year. So all the other wins, even though they beat the Titans, who were the number 1 seed in the AFC last year, they beat the Packers, that were the number 1 seed in the NFC last year, and they beat the freaking Ravens, who are a damn good team. So even though they won those 3 games, that don't matter because they didn't beat Dallas. So the Giants still stink because they didn't beat Dallas. Don't matter that they beat 3 really good teams. It don't matter to them. They keep disrespecting and doubting the Giants. And the Giants are going to keep proving you wrong. That's just the way it is. And that's the bottom line, because Baddog said so. If Chris is still in here. We were talking about wrestling earlier. So it is what it is. Oh, here we go. I didn't even know the Jaguars had fans. I didn't even know the Jaguars had fans. Is that a Knicks jersey? Is that what that is? We're going to expose the overrated Giant. Oh, okay. Good job against the Colts, by the way. That was a really good stop at the end of the game. That was a really good stop at the end of the game on 3rd and 13. That was really good. What did Matt Ryan do? Kind of throw off his freaking back foot or a Hail Mary and the guy got toasted down the side. Matt Ryan is washed and the dude threw for over 300 yards against your Jaguars. Matt Ryan, man. Matt Ryan did you dirty. I didn't even know Jacksonville had fans. I didn't even know that. Usually when there's a game in Florida, the Giants fans take over because there's so many supplanted New Yorkers in Florida. I know when I retire, that's where I plan on going. Either that or South Carolina. But thank you for the laugh, Jags Nation. Appreciate it. Overrated. We're overrated. I guess if we're over, let me ask, so how the hell are we overrated? I just got done talking about how nobody gives us respect. We're a 3-point dog to the Jags, and yet this dude comes in here and says we're going to beat the overrated Giants. Who the hell is overrating the Giants? Who the hell is overrating the Giants? Nobody gives them an ounce of respect. How the hell are we overrated? Do you know what the word overrated means, sir? How the hell can you be overrated when nobody gives you a chance every week? How the hell is that overrated? We're not even. You should beat us. You're the favorite. You should. How the hell are we overrated? You're the favorite. How's that possible? If we were like a 9.5-point favorite, you wanted to say that. I still wouldn't agree with you, but I would understand it more. But you're a 3-point favorite. You're 2-4. But we're overrated. You must work for ESPN. Scoop, thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate it. If we make the playoffs, DJ and Saquon decisions, sign franchise tag or free agency. By the way, DJ is my quarterback, a Cutcliffe trained quarterback like the Manning brothers. I think DJ is becoming a lot of people's quarterback, Scoop. And he's earned it. Listen, I said, I've been extremely critical of Daniel Jones over the years, and I don't deny that whatsoever. But he has won me over. And that's another thing. Daniel Jones doesn't care what the fans say. Daniel Jones doesn't care what the media says. Daniel Jones doesn't care what anybody says except for his coach and his teammates. Daniel Jones knows what he can do. Coach Dable has faith in him. It's obvious. Having faith in Daniel Jones and giving Daniel Jones confidence is the best thing that could have happened to that kid. And I will continue to say, if only he had Dable for 4 years, Daniel Jones would probably already have a contract extension. Blake, thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate you. Jags fans confident for a team that lost to Houston and Washington. Weird. Yeah. Washington kind of beat the hell out of them. That is kind of weird. That is kind of weird. I just didn't understand how the Giants are overrated. How the hell are you overrated when you're an underdog? I think when people say, "Ooh, Eli Manning was overrated," how the hell is Eli Manning? Nobody ever gives Eli Manning credit for anything. He's overrated. Who the hell overrates Eli Manning? Giants fans love him. He won 2 freaking Super Bowl MVPs. There's a handful of quarterbacks that have done that. The entire history of the NFL. Overrated. We're an underdog to a 2-4 team. We're an underdog to a 2-4 team, but we're overrated. I don't even understand how that's even possible. Agni, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Appreciate you. Marcus Whitman, a.k.a. that franchise guy, had the Giants at number 30 after we beat the Bears and 24 last week. He still says we're overrated. But that's my point. How are we overrated when he's ranking us 24th? How are we overrated? That is underrated, isn't it? Keep down the Giants, the worst 5-1 team in football. Yep, and you know what? After this week, we could be the worst 6-1 team in football. You know what's funny? I had this guy on Twitter. The guy loves to troll me. Don't know why. Says I'm the dumbest guy. Says I'm the dumbest guy on YouTube, or like I'm one of the dumbest, not YouTube, sorry, one of the dumbest guys on Twitter. He just says this because I'm a Giants fan. He's a Giants fan too, because I'm positive about the Giants this year. He likes to tell me I'm an idiot. And I am an idiot. I don't deny that I am an idiot. But it's funny. I tweeted Giants 24, Ravens 21. If I dream it, it will happen. I said it on Patricia Train. You can go back. There's receipts. There's receipts everywhere before the game. On Twitter, Giants 24, Ravens 21. Patricia Trainer's show, Locked On Giants. Friday night, me and Chris, predictions right at the end of the stream. They both picked them to lose. Me, I said Giants are winning this game 24-21. What was the score? 24-20 Giants. This bonehead says to me on Twitter, how come you can't be the least bit objective? And I responded, tell me what the final score was again. Oh, no response. Cracks me up. Alien, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you supporting the channel, my friend. He says, some extra motivation for us Giants fans. Let's smash Doug Peterson's Jags from tanking and costing us the division 2020. I mentioned that in one of my streams, and that's an absolute fact. We owe that son of a bitch because he's the one that did it. Yeah, we didn't deserve to win that division. We won 6 games. I'm not blaming the Eagles. It would have been nice if they tried to win the game, but I'm not blaming them. We were 6-10. But he did tank that game, and we owe his ass. And as I said, don't think the Giants have forgotten that. It may be a new GM, it may be a new coaching staff, but don't think that they've forgotten. Blake, thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate it. I disagree with Peterson revenge. If Joe Judge made the playoffs at 6-10, he could still be our coach. That's actually a good point. That's actually a good point. That's actually a good point, Blake. I didn't think about it that way. That's actually a good point. Doug Peterson might have done us a favor. It's actually a good point. That's a really good point. That's a really good point. That's a really good point. So here you go. He says, if the Giants blitz T-Law, we're going to lose due to straight booty. He's under pressure. Y'all will win. I was joking. Well, listen. I like Trevor Lawrence. I like Trevor Lawrence a lot. I think you must not have been in here earlier. Somebody asked me about if I would take Daniel Jones or Trevor Lawrence. And I said this year I would take Daniel Jones. But in 3 to 4 years, it's Trevor Lawrence. I love Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be a really good quarterback. I actually think you guys are going to be a very good team in a couple of years. I just don't think you're there yet. But I definitely think you're building towards something. And I don't think we're going to blow you out because we don't blow anybody out. But I do think we can win that game. Just like I thought we could beat the Ravens, just like I thought we could beat the Packers. I definitely think we can beat the Jaguars. But I'm not going to sit here and go, we're going to beat you 31-10. That'd be nice for us. We don't have those type of games where we can actually relax in the fourth quarter. But I think we'll win by a touchdown. I think we'll win that game like 24-17. But, I don't think we'll blow you out. We don't blow anybody out. But I do like Trevor Lawrence a lot. I liked him coming out of Clemson. I certainly root for T-Law. Not this week, obviously, but I definitely root for him. I'm definitely a fan of Trevor Lawrence. I like Travis Etienne too. I like those Clemson guys. So after this week, man, I wish you nothing but luck. I certainly don't have any ill will towards the Jaguars. We haven't beaten you in forever. So we do owe you one too. We're due. I don't remember the last time we beat Jacksonville. I don't. But hopefully the last time we beat Jacksonville is Sunday. Bear, thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. He says, I think at this point you have to sign Barkley. With Dable changing the culture of this franchise, you have to reward his kind of play, but send a bad message if you let him walk. Like I said, the problem with that, Bear, is I don't know how much you want to give Saquon Barkley. It's hard to commit a lot of money and a lot of years to a running back that has had a big-time injury history. They got to be leery of the guys having big seasons on contract years. I think what the Giants should do is tag them. I don't know if Barkley will play under the tag, but it's hard to give a running back all of that money when we still have holes in this team. And I know if Barkley left, we'll probably create another hole. Again, that's why I'm on YouTube. That's why Joe Shane is where he is. That's their decision. I would hate Barkley I love Barkley. I love that he's having a big year. And again, not that he needed to earn my respect because I respected Barkley anyway. I didn't know if Barkley would ever get back to the Saquon we're seeing. I never knew if he could stay healthy or if he could be healed because he just has had bad luck. So it's not like he needed to earn my respect. I mean, I knew what kind of player he was when he was healthy. But if he needed to ever earn anybody's respect, what he did for that team by not walking into the end zone and scoring that touchdown and being unselfish and ending the game by sliding down to the 2-yard line to seal up for the Giants, that's going to make anybody respect you because the selfless act, you put your own personal accolades aside in a contract year, mind you, in a contract year where touchdowns are important. He could have said, screw it. I'm walking into the end zone. I'm going to get my touchdown. I'm going to pad my stats. I'm going to get more money. And instead, Saquon said, nope. Slide him right here. We're going to take 3 knees and we're going to take a dub. And we're going to fly down to Jacksonville 5-1. That's why I love this team, man. This team plays for one another. They play for the name on the front. They play for the logo. They don't play for the name on the back of the jersey. That's why I love this. That's why I love this group of guys. That's why I love the head coach. The head coach has them believing in one another. That's team football. That's how you win. You win as a team. You win by believing in one another. You win by doing your job and having confidence that the guy next to you is going to do his job. Because when you don't have that confidence and you start trying to do too much, you get yourself out of position, you make turnovers, you cause penalties or you get penalized, you get burned in coverage. But when you believe in your teammate, you believe in the guy next to you, you don't worry about what he's doing because you know he's going to do his job because you're coached up right. You just worry about what you're doing. That's a huge, again, these are intangibles that people don't see in the box score. They don't see it when they're playing fantasy football. And they don't see it when they're playing Madden. There's a human element to football. It's not just all about numbers. I love this freaking team. I really do. And I think we're only going to get better. I really do. It's going to be fun. There is no question about that. No question about it. Spartan says, bro, Baddog is so heartfelt happy. I am, man. It's been a long time. I know I'm not the only one, Spartan. I know I'm not the only one that is happy. The Giants fan, we deserve it. And it's tough. It's been tough being a Giants fan for 5 years. I mean, I don't know if you're a Lions fan, because I'm guessing you're a Michigan State fan, which is why you're Spartan. So maybe you're a Lion fan, but if you're a Lion fan, you understand this. There's franchises that understand what the hell we're going through. Now, granted, Giants fans, younger Giants fans have gone through this. A guy my age who's in his 40s has seen glory days. I have seen a lot of good Giants football. So this is just a hiccup for me. But there's definitely longer suffering fans like Lions fans, like Browns fans, like Jets fans, that have been bad for years and years and years. Now, Cleveland got pretty good here. And, man, the way Detroit started, I thought they were going to be better. And I really like their head coach. I really like Dan Campbell. I think he's a really good head coach. And I think that Detroit's going to get better. But I know that there's fans that have suffered longer than us. So you understand. Those fans understand what it's like to be a bad team. And then when your team's finally good, I mean, you guys dealt with really bad teams, and then you got Matt Stafford, and then you started winning some football. I know you didn't win a Super Bowl, but when you were good, it had to be like, oh my God, we're good. Oh my God, we're winning games. Oh my God, I made the playoffs. So, one of my last block said one of my buddies is a Lions fan. One of my buddies is a Lions fan. So he knows. He knows what it's like. It's gotta be tough. It's gotta be tough. Just rewatch a video from a year ago. Yeah, of course. Like I said, the pulse of sports changes week in and week out. The way he was playing last year, I wanted him gone. I didn't think he could do what he's doing this year. I didn't think he had it in him. It turns out I was wrong. Turns out that Brian Daboll found something in him that I didn't think he had. That's why I'm not in the NFL. That's why I'm on YouTube. It's a fact. That's just the way it goes. Lions are really level losers. I have no problem with Detroit at all. Like I said, I like Matt Patricia. Or not Matt Patricia, Dan Campbell. Matt Patricia was a disaster there. Dan Campbell. I like him a lot. Quick thoughts on the debacle now. You think it's no. The only thing it allows us to do, it allows us to start Nestor Cortez if they want to. I know Tyon was scheduled to do it tonight, but I don't know if maybe they want to go Nestor tomorrow. The only thing I say is somebody was in the chat earlier, and unfortunately for them, they went to the game and they sat there for 4 hours in the rain, and then they decided to postpone it. They should have just postponed it at 5 o'clock today. They did that for game 2. I think our chances are the same. I certainly don't have 100% confidence that the Yankees will win that game. They're going against Bieber on full rest. And, Bieber shut us down after the Stanton homer in game 2. Freaking sucks. I got to work till 6 o'clock tomorrow. So I'm going to miss it. I'll listen to it at work. But it just sucks. I want to watch it. At least I'll be able to watch the end of it. Michi, thank you again for supporting the channel, man. I really appreciate this. Baddog, I just hate that DJ is playing great, clean football right now. And despite us winning, our fans are just so negative still about him and our team. Like I said, man, you can't do anything about their opinion. Right? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. My opinion for 3 years not 3 years, 2 years under the Joe Judge regime was that Daniel Jones wasn't good enough to be an NFL quarterback. Obviously, my opinions changed because I have no problem. I don't have a problem going, I was wrong about that. I don't care. Don't care. When you make 1,800 videos or whatever the hell I've made on this channel, bound to be wrong. You're going to be right sometimes. You're going to be wrong sometimes. So you can't worry about that, Michi, as long as you're happy, bro. Right? Don't let that, like I said, don't let them steal your joy. Don't let them piss in your cereal. Some people they're just meant to be that way. Some people are just ultra pessimistic. For me, most of the time, yes, I am a glass half empty guy. And that's because I always want more, but I don't expect more. So it kind of makes me a pessimist. But at the same time, I'm not like people say you're negative. I'm pessimistic. There's a difference. I'm not negative. When I see good things, I definitely want to give credit. I definitely want to be wrong when I say negative things. People love my rants. And I have no problem ranting. It helps me. It's cathartic for me. It helps me get through it. I'm glad that people enjoy when I get pissed off. At the same time, I don't want to make those videos. I'd much rather be doing Victory Monday streams every week and talking about how great the Giants are playing and giving compliments and giving flowers to all these guys. I want to make that content. I haven't been able to make that content in 5 years because for 5 years, they've pissed me off to no end. Well, this year, they're not. They've made me extremely happy. They have been way better than I could have possibly fathomed. And I don't know what the rest of the season holds, but right now, I'm damn happy. And every time they win, I'm going to enjoy it. That's just me. I can't help it. Somebody mentioned before, we could be 10-1 after beating the Cowboys, and maybe we'd get some respect. We could be 10-1 after beating the Cowboys, and there'll still be some Giants fans going, well, geez, Daniel Jones ain't the guy. There's not much you can do. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Nobody's got a right opinion or a wrong opinion. Again, I don't tell anybody how to be a fan. People can fan however they want. I don't like the fan police. I don't like people that tell other people, you're not a real fan. You don't know. You don't have as much gear as I do. You're not as big of a fan as I am. You don't wear your fandom here. You don't wear your fandom here. You don't hang your fandom on the wall. Your fandom is here. It's always here. It's in your heart. You don't need 600 Giants hats and 300 different jerseys to say I'm a huge fan of the Giants. If you give your all cheering for this team, give them 3.5 hours every Sunday, follow them on Twitter, follow them on YouTube, look at the news, and you're giving them 10 to 12 hours of your week to see what's going on, to look at the injury report, to hear about the trade rumors, to see what they're saying about the Giants, that makes you a fan. When you consistently watch the team week in and week out, knowing that they're going to get their ass kicked like the last couple of seasons, and you still go to the games, and you still check the injury report, then you still spend 3.5 hours a week watching them. That's a fan. Easy to root for the team when they're winning. It's easy to come on YouTube when your team is good. Talk about how good your team is. Puff your chest out, head high. Yeah, that's right. We're 5-1, baby. Not so easy when you're 4-13 and your head coach runs back-to-back quarterback sneaks from his own 5-yard line. That's how you know. That's why I love this fan base on YouTube. Sure, we don't always agree. We're not going to see eye to eye. But I've just watched the support on this channel grow for the last 5 seasons when this team has been at its utter worst. The most embarrassing Giants football, anybody my age and younger has ever seen. If you're a little older than me and lived through the 70s, they had really bad teams then too. But if you're 45 like I am, 46 like I am, you didn't see bad Giants football until now. But you stayed right there. Watched the videos every time I put one out. Showed up in the live streams when we were getting our ass kicked. Came to the live streams, come to the therapy session Mondays, because you guys and girls are true fans. I've been on YouTube for 8 years. I have seen Cowboy fans come and go. I have seen the influx of Eagle fans that were not around. Trust me when I tell you, there were very few Eagle fans here before they won that Super Bowl. Trust me when I tell you, there might have been 5 or 6. And now, there's what? 100 of them? And I can name them too. I can name every damn one of them that came here after 2017 that I follow. There's probably a lot more that I don't follow. But why? Well, because it's easy to come on and make content when your team is good. But let the Eagle fans go through a stretch of 5 years winning 22 games. And let's see how many of them actually stick around and do content every week for their team. That's why I love the Giants fan base. That's a fact. That's a fact. I can't wait. I can't wait till we play the damn Eagles. I can't wait. Blake, thank you for the super chat, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate it. He says, KT gives me Antonio Brown. Yeah, good call. I just wish he gave us as much as Antonio Brown gave the teams he played for. I wish he gave us as much as Antonio Brown gave the Steelers. Antonio Brown is a weird dude, but Antonio Brown wasn't always a weird dude. I think Antonio Brown suffers from CTE. I really do. It's actually kind of sad. I really think he's suffering from CTE. He didn't used to be like he is. Now, maybe he became a diva because he became really good and made a lot of money, and that's what wide receivers do. But I wish Kadarius Toney gave us what Antonio Brown gave Pittsburgh and then became a weird dude. That I wish. If Kadarius Toney ever gave us what Antonio Brown gave the Steelers, we might actually win a Super Bowl. Antonio Brown was the best wide receiver in football for 4 years. But listen, guys, I'm going to get out of here. It is 12:20. I actually went a little longer today. Great chat tonight. I appreciate you guys and girls. Always will. I'm extremely, extremely grateful for all the support you have shown me over the last 5 years. Some of you even longer. And like I said, man, to meet you and all you guys and girls, don't let the negative Giants fan. Who cares what people outside the fan base think? They're supposed to talk shit. It's their job. Eagles fans, Cowboys fans, Commander fans, they're supposed to talk shit. That's their job. They're supposed to tell us we're overrated, we suck. That's part of the fun. That's part of the fun of being in the NFC East. But don't let the Giants fans that just don't want to be satisfied for whatever reason, don't let them ruin your happiness because we're 5-1 and they're like, well, that's not going to last. Well, we can't sustain this and blah, 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 blah. Don't let them bother you. Let them be miserable on their own. Let them be miserable on their own. You come hang out with me. You come hang out with Chris. You hang out with us. You'll have a good time. We're enjoying being 5-1. And I'm praying like hell. And I'm definitely thinking we could be 6-1 come Sunday. Bill, thank you for super chat. He says, Pizzle says his last year on YouTube. I hope he changes his mind. Won't be as fun. 5-1 is 5-1. Let's go. Yeah, I know what Cop is doing. I heard that he's going to start. He's doing. What was Cop doing? Something like he was going to be something with betting. He bets on a lot of stuff. God bless him. I can't do that. I don't have the balls to do that. But yeah, supposedly. But I'll tell you this. I think if the Giants have a really good year like they're having, Bill, I think the Giants finish 12-5, 11-6, and they do win a playoff game, and they keep Daniel Jones here. I have a feeling he'll be back. I don't think Kyle Pizza would leave with the Giants. Yeah, he's been here for so long. He's been through the really. And I started my YouTube channel because of him, and I left for a while. I came back because of him. So he's been around for a long time. And I've said before, I said it when I got my plaque and I did my video, I thanked him because without Kyle Pizzle, there would not be, I mean, there may be, but he definitely started the Giants community. I certainly wouldn't be on YouTube without him. He's always been here. So I have a hard time believing he's been through 2 Super Bowls on YouTube. I have a hard time believing that after the last 5 years of absolute shit, if the Giants really started to turn it up and we're, like I said, 11-6, 12-5, Daniel Jones comes back, they win a playoff game but don't get to the Super Bowl, I can't see him walking away. I just can't see it. I think he'll come back because I think he knows he'd want to be here for one. Now, if they won the Super Bowl, which would be the greatest thing in the history of man, and I'm not expecting that. If they won the Super Bowl, then he might go out on top, and I wouldn't blame him. Then he might go, well, I've been here for 3 Super Bowls. The team won it all. I'm moving on. That I could see. But like I said, if we're 12-5 and we get knocked out in the divisional round or something like that, and we have unfinished business, I could see him doing it for one more year. I definitely could. But he's a family man, and I understand that. You know, I have a family of my own. You know, you have other interests and stuff you want to do. He's been on YouTube a long time. He has nothing to prove to anybody. So whatever he does, I wish him nothing but the best. But no matter what he does, no matter if he came back next year or he left for good, he'd always be a part of the Giants community on YouTube. It does not matter where he goes, what he does. He will always be a part of the Giants community on YouTube. Always. So we'll see what happens. But on that note, I am going to get out of here. I appreciate all the support you guys and girls show me. I got to get some sleep. I'm going to get about 5 hours sleep, which means tomorrow. And I got to work till 6 tomorrow. And then I got to do the Lakers. So what I get planned on doing tomorrow, this is what I have to do. I got to go to work. Suck. Work till 6. Watch the Yankee. I'm going to eat my dinner when I get home. Watch the Yankees hopefully win game 5. Then I need to take a nap. I have to sleep for like 2 hours. Then get ready to do this Laker game. Hopefully all you guys and girls tune in for that stream. It'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully we could get like 8, 9, 10,000 people in there on open night to play the Warriors. I know everybody's going to be doing that game because it's going to be on national television. But then I'll be doing a lot of Laker games. Obviously, I'm not doing the Laker game Sunday because the Giants play. The Giants are always going to take precedence over the Lakers. That's just the way it goes in this channel. But anyway, thank you guys and girls again. I really appreciate it. We're 5-1, baby. We are 5-1. We're second place in the NFC East. We're second place in the NFL. The only team better than us record-wise is the Eagles. We're a good team. Don't let anybody tell you different. Enjoy the rest of the evening. See you tomorrow night for the Lakers. Let's go Giants. And damn straight, let's go Yankees. Get to the freaking ALCS. I want a piece of Houston. I want to beat the ass off the Astros. Enjoy the rest of the night, everybody. It's Bad Diggy Dizzle. I'm gone.